Yeah, Brody Koski, a quarterback this year, first couple games has really shown a lot of nice things. I guess just kind of speak to what you're seeing from him and what the expectations will be with him going forward.
Yeah, with him, we're seeing a hungry guy that's very aggressive in the run game, sees the passing game real well. We've just been kind of moving along methodically with the run game, so we haven't had a necessity to throw quite as much as he would probably like to. So we're looking forward to that when that time comes, and we're definitely going to lean on him quite often.
Anything in particular you feel like where you guys, I mean, there's always room to get better and everything, right? But is there anything in particular you're really emphasizing after the first two games?
Yeah, we're going to talk a lot about penalties this next week. There was a couple times, a couple touchdowns were put on there just because of our lack of ability to not have a penalty at the wrong time, and so we're going to talk about that, and then obviously just continue to talk about the trenches. The offensive defensive line is where you win most of those games, and so that'll be a focus for us moving forward.
Looking to Friday night now, Fremont Mills, the opponent. I've been curious about this from your vantage point for a long time. Is it going to be different being in a game at Fremont Mills and being on the other sideline?
Yeah, it'd probably be a little different. Probably wasn't on the bingo card at any point in time through the planning purposes of anything. But the good thing is I don't have to play the game. I just got to stand there, and so it's definitely going to be more about the 8 kids on the field from each side the whole time, and it'll be fun. But we still got to play the football game.
And I'm sure you've had a chance to at least kind of follow them from afar. Early thoughts on the matchup and the challenges that they'll present to your team.
Yeah, obviously they're going to give us a challenge with just straight physicality. I don't think anything's changed in that capacity. They've got athletes all over the field, and so we've got to do a very good job of trying to pinpoint and find where we want to attack, and uh, you know, try to find some success at those points. And once again, that goes back to us. We got to work on what we can control and try to find those spots.
I'd imagine, probably not many secrets going into Friday night, given that you taught Coach Ernster everything he knows.
That is an inaccurate statement, but we do talk quite often, so I think we probably know a little bit about each other. And I'm guessing that some of the plays will even look the same, but it'll be exciting, and hopefully our kids are ready for the challenge.
Yeah, for you guys to have the success on Friday night that you want to, what will have to happen for Boyer Valley?
Yeah, we got to take care of the football. We got to minimize penalties. We got to take our shots when we can. Got to really have that mentality of when you get backed in a corner. What are you going to do? And so I think that's one thing that we're going to try to prepare for. We know they're going to have a physical defense. They're going to be in the correct spots at all times. I'm guessing with Coach Ernst, they're going to throw the ball a little bit more than normal, and so we got to prepare for that as well.
Jeremy Christensen, head football coach at Boyer Valley. Coach, appreciate the time today and best of luck Friday.
Thank you very much.
We've got Fremont Mills, Boyer Valley coming up on the KMA video stream Friday night. Looking forward to that one. Taking a look at it now from the Boyer Valley side with head coach Jeremy Christensen. Coach, two games of data from your team. How are we feeling through the first? We've got Fremont Mills, Boyer Valley coming up on the KMA video stream Friday night. Looking forward to that one. Taking a look at it now from the Boyer Valley side with head coach Jeremy Christensen. Coach, two games of data from your team. How are we feeling through the first two games?
Well, obviously, anytime you can get through 2-0, that's a good feeling. Obviously, when you look at film, we got some things to work on, and we'll continue to look at the fundamental things we can do every single play and try to get better as we go.
Anything in particular through the first 2 weeks that you feel really good about, or maybe that you're surprised about with your team?
I think we feel really good about our defense. I think we've played pretty well. We've had a few lapses here or there, but and then obviously on the offensive side of the ball, our guys up front are doing a great job. Our backs are finding the holes, and so our running game's going pretty good, but we got to do a much better job of trying to be balanced as we move forward.
Yeah, Brody Koski at quarterback this year, first couple games has really shown a lot of nice things. I guess just kind of speak to what you're seeing from him and what the expectations will be with him going forward.
Yeah, with him, we're seeing a hungry guy that's very aggressive in the run game, sees the passing game real well. We've just been kind of moving along methodically with the run game, so we haven't had a necessity to throw quite as much as he would probably like to. So we're looking forward to that when that time comes, and we're definitely going to lean on him quite often.
Anything in particular you feel like where you guys, I mean, there's always room to get better and everything, right? But is there anything in particular you're really emphasizing after the first two games?
Yeah, we're going to talk a lot about penalties this next week. There was a couple times, a couple touchdowns were put on there just because of our lack of ability to not have a penalty at the wrong time. And so we're going to talk about that. And then obviously just continue to talk about the trenches. The offensive defensive line is where you win most of those games. And so that'll be a focus for us moving forward.
Looking to Friday night now, Fremont-Mills, the opponent. I've been curious about this from your vantage point for a long time. Is it going to be different being in a game at Fremont-Mills and being on the other sideline?
Yeah, it'd probably be a little different. Probably wasn't on the bingo card at any point in time through the planning purposes of anything. But the good thing is I don't have to play the game. I just got to stand there, and so it's definitely going to be more about the 8 kids on the field from each side the whole time, and it'll be fun. But we still got to play the football game.
And I'm sure you've had a chance to at least kind of follow them from afar. Early thoughts on the matchup and the challenges that they'll present to your team.
Yeah, obviously they're going to give us a challenge with just straight physicality. I don't think anything's changed in that capacity. They've got athletes all over the field, and so we've got to do a very good job of trying to pinpoint and find where we want to attack, and try to find some success at those points. And once again, that goes back to us. We got to work on what we can control and try to find those spots.
I'd imagine, probably not many secrets going into Friday night, given that you taught Coach Ernster everything he knows.
That is an inaccurate statement, but we do talk quite often, so I think we probably know a little bit about each other. And I'm guessing that some of the plays will even look the same, but it'll be exciting, and hopefully our kids are ready for the challenge.
Yeah, for you guys to have the success on Friday night that you want to, what will have to happen for Boyer Valley?
Yeah, we got to take care of the football. We got to minimize penalties. We got to take our shots when we can. Got to really have that mentality of when you get backed in a corner. What are you going to do? And so I think that's one thing that we're going to try to prepare for. We know they're going to have a physical defense. They're going to be in the correct spots at all times. I'm guessing with Coach Ernst, they're going to throw the ball a little bit more than normal, and so we got to prepare for that as well.
Jeremy Christensen, head football coach at Boyer Valley. Coach, appreciate the time today and best of luck Friday.
Thank you very much.
Super excited for Fremont-Mills Boyer Valley on the KMA video stream Friday night. I'll have the call alongside Mike Wood. Looking forward to that one. Talking now with Fremont-Mills head coach Greg Ernster. Coach, first off, you start the year with an impressive win over Cam on Friday night. Tell me about that game and what you like from the guys that made it happen.
Yeah, it was kind of a slow start. Cam did some tremendous things defensively to us, kind of took away what we really wanted to do. But, our boys were able to kind of adjust and to a game plan number 2, and they did a really good job of executing it. Not necessarily the cleanest, but, we talked about when the ball comes your way, make a play, and our kids tended to do that night.
Yeah, what can be learned, from a game and from a start like that?
Well, it's a lot of little things, especially week 1. It's just fixing the little things. We had a couple route combos, kids were a little too tight to each other, and so we'll get that fixed up. Offensive line kind of quit moving their feet, didn't have a great technique. So those are things that we can show on film and kids like to see that corrected, and so things like that can be corrected. And defensively though, I thought we played really well, but there's some things that we can critique. Some kids were out of place at times when they had some big plays, but that's what's great about film is that film never lies, and the kids always learn.
Yeah, you mentioned the defensive side. Anytime you hold an opponent to 6 points, that's going to win you a lot of games. What stood out to you about what you guys were able to do defensively?
I thought we tackled really well. Maybe not so much early, but I would say probably after that first quarter, I don't think there was much extra yards after contact. And, that's what we talked with the kids about. We got to rally to the tackle. You got to be sure tacklers. So I thought that was really big, and I thought we got some, maybe kids didn't make the play, but they were there. Our D-line maybe didn't have a ton of plays in the backfield, but, made the backs change directions for our linebackers to clean up. So I thought we did a great job with that all night.
Greg Ernster, head football coach at Fremont-Mills. Offensively, I know we've talked a lot leading up to the season about Sawyer Forney and what's expected of him, and he played great and looked like the ground game was performing as well. How important was it for you guys to be balanced on Friday night, and how much of an emphasis is that going to be throughout the season?
Well, you don't want to be one-dimensional in any capacity. So our goal is to be even as possible. But if the passing game's working like it kind of was Friday night, I mean, we're going to keep throwing the ball. And the kids like running routes, they like catching balls. So we'll, if that's what it takes, I think we'll do that. But going forward though, we got to feed John Ekpai the ball. He was antsy to run the ball all summer, so I thought he did well. But you got to be balanced as possible. But and hopefully the play action game opens up off of that. So that's why our goal is to be as balanced as possible.
Looking forward to Friday night now. Boyer Valley, the opponent, a chance to go against Coach Christensen after all those years of coaching with them. And they're playing well right now. Thoughts on Boyer Valley and the challenges they'll present to your team?
Well, absolutely well-coached team. Jeremy gets the best out of his guys. And, what stands out to me is their inside linebacker running back, the Reneke boy. He is as advertised. He's on film. He's explosive. Their quarterback, the Koski kid, he's efficient throwing the football. They don't throw the football a ton, but when he throws, he's efficient. That's Jeremy's big thing, is be efficient with the football, and he sure is. D-line wise, maybe not the biggest guys, but definitely physical, definitely motors. They're all, there's great effort. That's a great effort team over there, so we're going to have our hands full.
Yeah, given the familiarity, I'd imagine probably not a lot of secrets going into Friday night between the two.
Well, the conversations that Jeremy and I have had since, it's been pretty funny, and I think we have a bet going. First one that throws the ball loses, that kind of thing. But, it's he knows what I like to do. We know what he likes to do. And so it's going to come down to which kids execute better. I'm sure he'll have a few wrinkles for us, as we will for him. But it's just going to be a lot of fun. But, like I told the boys, this game isn't about him and I or, anything like that. This is about all the kids on the field. That's what it's going to come down to.
What are the one or two things that your kids on the field are going to have to do on Friday night?
We're going to have to get off the field on third downs. That's a big one. We can't give up extra, extra series. We got to get off the field and then protecting the football. We can't turn the ball over. You look at college football this past weekend. If you lose a turnover battle, you're probably losing that game. So we have to protect the football, and we got to get off the field on third down.
Looking forward to it. Greg Ernster, head football coach at Fremont-Mills. Coach, appreciate the time today, and best of luck on Friday.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, welcome KMA Extreme Watchers. We are here for some 8-man district football play. We're in the Jeremy Christensen Bowl pretty much. It is the Boyer Valley Bulldogs coming down to face the Fremont-Mills Knights. Like I said, this is district play. Both teams undefeated so far. Boyer Valley 2-0. They got a week 0 game. Fremont-Mills defeated Cam last week. That's kind of the rough start of where we are. Dusty Scahill, Mike Wood here on the call in Tabor for Fremont-Mills home game. Mike, I'm going to kind of just hand it off to you on what it kind of means for it being the Jeremy Christensen Bowl and what that means to people who, I don't think there's very many people who are watching that don't know, but just go ahead and explain it for fun.
Yeah, so what happened was when he came in as the PE teacher and started off as the head football coach, took 3 years to kind of turn the program around, but since then it's been nonstop, very competitive football here at Fremont-Mills. He coached a little 11-man to start off when he was first here, and then they dropped down to 8-man, and that's when success really started to happen here at Fremont-Mills. He was really the guy that turned everything around and set really the tradition, and all of these kids now are trying to live up to that same tradition of making the playoffs every year. I think they're on their 15th year in a row now of getting to the playoffs, so it's pretty exciting football being played here.
I think Trevor Mader laid it on me last year. Who is the KMA land, which is a wide area, who has the most playoff appearances in a row consecutive? And I didn't end up getting it right after 4 or 5 guesses, and it was Fremont-Mills as of last year. They made the playoffs last year, so that continues on. So, yeah, they have been a staple when it comes to playoff football and dominant teams around the Southwest Iowa area, corner conference, whatever district they're in, 8-man, you name it. This year is much more the same, and it's kind of a year we've been saying for a while. Wait till next year. We got some real ones. But, man, this is a year where they got a lot of senior talents with young guys who already have experience anyway. Even though they're sophomores, they played a lot last year on a team that had a lot of success. And they really have started things with Seth Forney and J.W. Lincoln-Hoker. I mean, last year, those two really took a huge step forward in their junior campaign. And then even more with that into the senior one, you're excited if you're a Fremont-Mills Knights fan to see if there's a step forward, how much forward is that going to be with last year's being so crazy efficient. Last year opening up in Des Moines, going out there and just torching offensively in the first half and coming away with, I think it was ended up 5 touchdowns last year in Forney's opening game. Last week, much the same, but they kind of just did a timid attack at Cam. They just went at him from all angles, scored on punt returns, Forney passes, Forney runs, all which other ways. They had a tremendous game against Cam, a team they played in the playoffs last year. Yeah, but they really did set it forward. And Mike, I mean, what did you pull away from that game, seeing that they just, dominated another Cam team that's a staple of having a good program?
Yeah, both teams, though, have put up big numbers already. I mean, it's pretty impressive. They've been scoring in the 40s, and that's pretty good this early in the season, because usually your defense has the advantage early on in the season, but both of these offenses have shown that they're very capable of putting a lot of points up. So this could be a high-scoring affair tonight as we get after it. The weather, I thought, was going to be kind of a factor. This morning it was cloudy, a little bit chilly, and the wind was a little more than it is right now. And I thought, man, that's really going to affect the passing game for Fremont-Mills, and that would help the Boyer Valley Bulldogs, as they are more of a running team than they are a passing team. So the idea was the weather could have been a big factor.
All right, what Mike alluding to, they're averaging 350 rush yards a game, 48 points per game as well. Starting lineups are done. They're going to do national anthem right now, so we'll take a quick break while we're doing this. Everyone gets ready for it. We'll be back after this here on KMA Extreme.
Our name says it all. We're Total Farm Solutions. This is Eric with TFS, and when it comes to your operation, we want to be your total partner in and out of the field. We're your pioneer seed dealer, along with bulk options and seed treatments. And we study genetics, offering scouting and agronomic solutions. Taking care of our customer is part of our total service. We're Total Farm Solutions. Give us a call or find our office just outside of Carson.
Shenandoah Medical Center, in collaboration with MD West One, provides the most comprehensive orthopedic care in our region. Whether you have pain stemming from an athletic injury or overuse, you will have immediate access to high-quality orthopedic care. My name is Michael Delcor, and I am an orthopedic surgeon specializing in the upper extremity. Whatever the case, I will work with you to determine the best treatment plan. For more information about our extensive orthopedic coverage, simply call 712-246-7400.
All right, welcome back, KMA Extreme watchers. Week 2 about underway here. Week 2, if you're pretty much everybody else. If you're a Boyer Valley Bulldog, it's week 3. They are 2-0 already under their belt. As we were saying before that Nath Lansam came up on us, we were saying that their two offenses going to be high potency tonight. And like Mike alluded to, they have a good rushing game, 350 yards per game. Brody Koski at quarterback going to be leading it. They can go both ways, but they do like to run, like Mike said. He's got 303 yards in those 2 games, 5 touchdowns. Upset Arweva last week, beat Newell Fonda in week 1, 53-28. Levi Reinecke is kind of how they go, though. He's the senior running back. 19 carries, 291 yards, and 6 touchdowns in 2 games. I mean, already these 2 teams are just ready to put up a bunch of numbers here, Mike. They're shaking hands. We're ready to see who's going to start off with that ball. Both teams are wanting it, I'm sure. What are we just going to see here with this week 2 matchup?
Well, I think you're going to see, first of all, very conservative play calling from Boyer Valley to start off with. I don't see them going for it. On the other side, I think Coach Ernster would like to kind of open up a can here and get started right off the bat. And I could look for some maybe a little halfback pass, some kind of a counter, something to see if the linebackers for Boyer Valley can keep up with the speed that they have at the running back position.
Yeah, I feel like Ernster is going to be a moment where he's going to open it up, the playbook. All this is about just feeling out when he kind of wants to do it, and he's probably got 3 or 4 different scenarios where he's going to have one poke in his head and go, oh, okay, next time we are going to do this number right here. As we were watching it, that's going to be Fremont-Mills receiving it first here. So in this first quarter, heading from south to north, Fremont-Mills will be receiving it. They're wearing their alternate dark gray jerseys on black pants, black helmets, the neat yellow face masks. Those are probably one of my favorite football helmets around the KMA listening area. Boyer Valley out there with the silver dome. They look pretty good as well. White on whites for the visitors from Boyer Valley. These 2 haven't played since 2015, and now they're district mates. So it's going to be an interesting matchup between unfamiliar foes, yet somehow very familiar foes.
Right, and they play a lot of similar competition. They both play CAM, and so they have very many teams that are in common to them. So you can't always draw a lot of conclusions from that. You have to get out there and play this game.
And there we are where the kickoff is underway. A running start for the Knights on the kickoff return. It's going to be Carter Rycroft on that. No, it's going to be Nash Moreland on the kickoff return. They return it to about the 30-yard line. So that's where things are going to start here for Fremont-Mills and this high-potency offense with this 3-year starting quarterback, Seth Forney.
Yeah, Sawyer
Forner. Yeah, did I say it wrong? Did I say Seth?
You said Seth.
That's an old. I think that's because that's a Seth Morley. It's an old Iowa Hawkeye basketball player. I've done that before. Sawyer Forney. Thank you for that correction. I probably would have done that more than once.
That's fine. And he is very seasoned, well poised. He doesn't get rattled, so be interested to see what he does here.
Handoff to Jonathan Ekpai, their big senior running back. Ekpai is about 5'11", 200 pounds. A force in the weight room as well, and he's hard to stop when he gets by the line. They go at him on play number 1, get about 3 or 4 yards. Useful play number 1.
Yeah, he's got some chunky thighs on him. You can tell he's been on that squat rack a lot. He really a good player, a very intelligent player, really reads well and makes sure that he follows his blockers, but then when he gets in open field, he has that speed that you're looking for in running back position.
That is another Knight that kind of had a breakout season last year. You know, we got his first chops at starting running back last year and really put together a nice season. He hits another handoff here, makes one man miss, makes another man miss, but they're forced out of bounds just before midfield, so it's going to be near a first down, but it's going to be 3rd and short for the Knights coming up.
Yeah, 2 attacks to the left-hand side of the offense there. They're going no huddle. They're huddling right on the ball. Snap.
Ernster is probably hoping for this scenario exactly, and he gets what he wants. It's going to be a flag on the field. Forney forges forward. Does get a first down, but let's see what this flag's all about.
Yeah, tried to catch him setting and not ready on defense and quick snapped it. and Sawyer was able to move to the right, but it looks like there probably was a hold, and they're going to be walking this back.
We got the white hat pointing at a spot, so you got to assume that is a spot foul even. They're going to march off 10 from about there. Hold on the Knights is the call, so it'll be second and pretty much about what it was. Placing it on the 30-yard line.
So we'll see if they attack that left-hand side of the offense again. It looked like they were attacking this end. They must have had a scouting report that thought that the left side was going to be a little weaker.
Heavy right side so far. They fake it that way. Forney's going to bootleg to the right, but he is tracked down there by big number 99. He's going to be on force on both sides. Tristan Burkhart.
He is a good-sized individual there, and he did a good job of getting the quarterback down, but he might have face masked.
So they got a flag on this play. Burkhart has 5. It is going to be on the Bulldogs, so give that right back to him. A first down will be the result. Burkhart had 5 sacks in their first 2 games in 8-man football, so he is a force on that D-line.
Yeah, and he works off of the defensive left-hand side, the offensive right-hand side. He does a real good job of setting the edge, which is, if you're going to play for Coach Christensen, that's really important for his ends. Make sure that nothing gets outside of the ends.
So that is going to be even marched back even farther across midfield now. It's going to be a snap. Ekpai's going to be a tackle for loss. Is that going to take a wild guess? Burkhart's in there again, and he is coming up big 9-9 on that. So it's going to be second and probably 12 coming up here. As Boyer Valley's D-line punches through on another run there from Fremont-Mills.
Yeah, and the assist with Lucas Lance there. His brother was a good player 2 years ago.
Forney back to pass. Out pattern. Big Mason Reed goes up and snags it. He gets forced out of bounds. And Mason Reed, man, another guy that he's been a lineman for a long time. Last year caught a lot of passes. This year he's going to be out there a lot.
Yeah, he did a really good job of high pointing it. Sawyer does a good job of not putting the ball low to his big guys. He really throws it high and makes a jump ball out of it. And those receivers have done an excellent job of going up and high pointing the ball and bringing it down.
So it's going to be third and about 2 to go here on that 8-yard pass play.
Oh, got him to jump.
And they did jump. And Fremont-Mills is clapping because they're going to get a first down again via the penalty. Yep. So Urster's offense chipping away, feeling things out, playing disciplined.
Yeah, the nose guard there got a little anxious, and Sawyer gave him a little bit of a hard count there, and he was just leaning enough to get the call as offsides there, which put Fremont-Mills at first down.
First down, unfortunately, right at the sun. So this late first quarter, and this side of the field is going to be a bit of a glare. They're going to hand it off to Ekpai. Ekpai falls forward after the first little bit of contact. Good first down run here for the Knights.
Yeah, he got tackled twice, but was still able to fall forward there. So he had 2 guys hanging off of those big beefy legs of his, and that was pretty impressive to finish for a couple yards in that first down play.
So it'll be second about a long 7, I'd say, to go here inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, we're looking straight into the sun here. It is hard to see with the glare off their helmets.
Hand off to Ekpai up the middle. He's got a good hole. His helmet pops off.
Really good.
So that wasn't going to be a nice hole there. He busts through, and the linebackers finally got to him. The hat popped off, so he's going to have to come out for a play. It is going to be third down.
He probably gained 6-7 yards on that run right there. Did a good job. Little counter coming from the right offensive side to the left.
Baxton Campbell on the run here.
This will be a spot to see whether he made it or not. It's going to be close. Looks like it's going to be 4th down and a yard. There's no doubt in my mind that Ernster's going to make this happen. He'll go for
Ernster is going to make it happen, and they're going to go for it. Let's see what happens here.
All right, play comes in from the sideline. And a pistol set.
4th and about 1 to go. It's going to be a toss to Campbell. Campbell's coming this way, cuts it back inside, and gets through the first couple levels of the defense. Gets it inside the 10 and a first down. Gutsy call, gutsy run from the sophomore.
It was not well blocked at all, but Carter made the best of that situation and shugged off a couple guys that tried to tackle him up around the shoulders, and he said, nope, not going down on that. Oh, we do have a flag, though.
There's a flag. That's why the scoreboard doesn't have where the current is at. So another one against the Bulldogs, so added on top of the run. Going to have a penalty going even closer to the goal line. So it's going to be first and goal from, I'd say, about the 5-yard line. This is going to be a pass from Forney. He's going to scramble as well. Forney's going for the pylon. I can't find a referee. He signals touchdown. Sawyer Forney, his second of the year. And the Knights go up 6-0 early.
Yeah, really a good drive put together there. Mixed it up a little bit. Didn't have to throw the ball like they had in other games up to this point. They were able to run mainly to the offensive left-hand side.
Sawyer Forney, good pocket presence for that touchdown run as well. Kind of just read everything and scrambled in, went for the pylon. They're going to go for two. Handoff is met in the middle by Lance. And they're going to come up short on the 2-point conversion. So it will be 6-0 here. 8:17 left in the quarter. 8:17 and Fremont-Mills up 6-0. We'll be back after this on the KMA Extreme. Fremont-Mills scores first on the first possession of the game.
This is Sid with Shaw Ag near Trainer. I'm learning all of the ins and outs of agronomy with my dad, Shane. I've learned that Pioneer seed is second to none and that they back that up with proven products and yields. I've also learned that if our customers have a question or a concern, we'll work until we figure out the answer or solution. I'm learning all of this because at Shaw Ag, we've made a commitment, and that commitment is our family helping yours. Call Shane at 712-520-1333.
All right, welcome back to the KMA Extreme. Thank you to all of our sportscasters here on KMA for sponsoring this Week 2 football matchup, which is bringing you Fremont-Mills versus Boyer Valley. Fremont-Mills got the ball off in the kickoff, the very first kickoff of the game, marched it on down. Lots of good plays. Got some benefit on some penalties as well, and they punched it in for 6. It is 6-0 here as they're getting ready for that kickoff. The Knights kicking it off, going to be a squibber, so it's just going to be right about midfield. Quickly knelt on by the Bulldogs, and it is going to be starting at about the 34-yard line. Good starting position here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, we'll see what their running attack looks like here right off the bat. Be interesting to see what side of the offensive line they think is better than the defensive side for Fremont-Mills. See if he runs right or left.
Like we predicted, it might be a little bit of a conservative effort here early on from Coach Christensen and his squad. Koski's going to pull on that option, got the right-hand side, and stiff arms his man that came on the outside containment, marches past the first down, and man, even though it might have been a conservative call of sorts, the play ended up getting 12 yards on a nice Koski run there. Good read on the pull.
Really good read. He read the linebacker was coming down, so he pulled that from the running back, was able to get the edge on the right-hand side there, and then threw out a nice stiff arm there.
Gets across midfield, first down on the 35-yard line of the Knights. Gives this time to Reineke. Reineke's going to go that left side, cut inside and make a man miss right at that first down marker. Must be, I'm guessing, just short, but man, another effective run here back-to-back from Boyer Valley.
Yeah, it looks like about 1.5 yards to go there. Second down, 1.5 yards. It looks solid there. Their offensive line had
big
a good
holes.
push.
Big holes, big push, like Mike just said. Their senior running back. Going to go to him once again. Wrapped up a little earlier there. Looks like Mason Reed was the one that got to him right away, but it's still going to be a first down. So it's going to be 1st and 10 there, Boyer Valley on that. Another Reineke run. He got down to the 26-yard line there on that, so just got what he needed pretty much. In fact, my stat line says technically it would be 3rd and 1, they still think.
Can't trust the computers.
So what it is, 1st and 10. Koski puts a man in motion. They're going to fake it to him. Koski's going to keep it, go forward, lunge, but get brought down, but did get a couple yards before anybody met him, but luckily for the Knights, the first person that met him was the one that brought him down. So, I mean, like I said, though, no one touched him for 5 yards, Mike.
I know. He had, again, a great read off of that. He's doing a really good job of leaving that in the belly of the running back to the very last second, then he pulls it out and keeps that on the RPO.
Which will help if Reineke can keep getting solid runs to pull from. Spread out now. He's the only one in the backfield. See if they put somebody in motion. They don't. They'll just student body it with Koski, trying to make him dance, and he does get outside Mason Reed and finds a corner and puts a stiff arm down. He goes about just short of the pylon, but a first down, out of bounds, 1st and goal for Boyer Valley coming up.
Yeah, another great read there. It looked like he should have been tackled for a loss, but instead he was able to get the edge, and then his receivers did a great job of walling off over on the left-hand side of the offense there in order to give him a lane along that sideline.
Kind of did a shimmy and shake there to get to that left side and then just broke away after that.
So it looks like the ball's on the 3.
2 running backs beside him. Koski's going to keep it, and they're going to get him behind the line of scrimmage, so no touchdown yet. Keeper goes nowhere.
So it'll be 2nd down, goal from the 3 again.
Lincoln Hoker with the tackle there. He had a lot of tackles last week all over the place. Going to need more from the senior leader on both sides of the ball tonight.
He does a good job of getting his defender off of him by using his hands, and that's what you look for in a defensive lineman.
6 minutes left in the first quarter. Boyer Valley putting together a nice little run. A little bit more yards per play from Boyer Valley. Is started with good field position and just kept marching it on down. They're at 2nd and goal now. Koski in that pistol, and they go on 2, but it looks like Boyer Valley moved themselves. We'll see what the call is if someone from Fremont-Mills moved a little quicker. I'm seeing some hands go up there from Boyer Valley, though. Fremont-Mills stays disciplined enough, and they're going to get a fight, which on 2nd goal from the 3 is a big penalty. You're out for the Bulldogs.
Absolutely. This does kind of, if you're a passing team, wouldn't be so bad because it kind of frees up a little grass for you to find an open spot. But with this being a running team,
they're going to hand it off to Reineke. Big hole, and nobody ends up getting enough hands to even bring him down at all. Reineke walks on in for a touchdown for Boyer Valley. 5:31 left. They tie it 6-6. Offensive line's got to feel pretty good about themselves there, Mike.
Yeah, that left guard just blew up our end. He just absolutely pancaked him. What a great jump off of the ball there. Number 55 for Boyer Valley. That was impressive. And it looks like they're going to attempt the 1-point PAT here.
It's Kale Soma, the center full left guard for Boyer Valley. It is a PAT up, and a PAT kick is no good, goes to the far side. So tied 6-6 here. 5:31 left in the first quarter here. We'll be back, take a quick break here to bring you some more of this first quarter here in the KMA Extreme matchup here. Fremont-Mills, Boyer Valley tied 6-6.
With a chronic respiratory condition, Rogers Pharmacy can provide what you need. Rogers Pharmacy offers a full line of respiratory equipment like oxygen, BiPAP, CPAP, and nebulizers. Rogers Pharmacy isn't a big box pharmacy where you may have to wait for days and weeks to get what you need. They're a full-service, independent, family-owned pharmacy, and they go above and beyond to offer you the quality service and products you deserve. See Rogers Pharmacy in Tarkio, Maryville, Mound City, St. Joseph, and Stanberry, Missouri. Visit Rogers Pharmacy online at rogersrx.com.
All right, welcome back here, KMA Extreme Watchers. Boyer Valley, Fremont-Mills district play is underway. We're at 6-6 here with 5:30 left here in the first quarter. Both teams exchanging offensive possessions and coming out with a touchdown, not converting the 2-point conversion, and both looking pretty good efficiently doing so, Mike.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's been all offense, no defense so far.
And here's a nice deep kick there from Boyer Valley. It's going to be fielded in the end zone, not letting Campbell come out with it, so they'll start on the 15-yard line, will be Fremont-Mills.
That's a nice weapon to have of your Boyer Valley, because if Carter gets an open field, there's not many people here that are going to be able to catch him. So if they can keep that as a touchback, that's really a benefit to Boyer Valley. It looks like their kicker's feeling pretty good tonight.
So 1st and 10 last time. A lot of efficient plays, a lot of defensive penalties as well, though. Got 2 first downs via that penalty. Did the Knights. Let's see what they do here. Second possession of the game. Forney back there with a tight formation to start things off. Fake handoff to Campbell, I should say. They're going to do a pass attempt going to Carter Rycroft, I believe. Couldn't find him. He did have a step on his defender, got through there initially, just couldn't drop the ball in the bucket there.
Yeah, had a really good initial burst there. Did Carter. He beat his defender, had a step on him. Forney was just not able to put enough air underneath that ball and give him a chance to run underneath of it. So they'll be 2nd down and 10.
2nd and 10, handoff to Ekpai. Ekpai is along the right-hand side, but they bring him down pretty quick, so it's going to be 3rd and long coming up here.
It looks like FM has tried the right-hand side a couple times, and it has not been as successful as the left. So I don't know if the coaches will look at that and say, well, we need to start attacking this left end again.
Because they definitely went left end heavy there in that first drive. Got to stay balanced, though, as Paxton Campbell brings in that play. He is the lightning of the Thunder and lightning between the two running backs. Possibly get him in space with some sort of screen here.
Yeah, you got to look for Lincoln Hoker.
You got Lincoln Hoker in midfield, probably Rycroft somewhere leaking as well. Forney back to pass, has time, goes deep, tries to find a man, but just cannot connect. I believe that is Carter Rycroft that went deep. Couldn't find him. Incomplete pass.
Well defended.
4th down. Boyer Valley comes with a stop.
Yeah, well defended by Boyer Valley there. They did a good job. He was double covered, bracketed on both sides. That thing would have had to have been a perfect pass, and that was about 30 yards in the air, so that's a tough pass.
Back to punt, does get it off the ground. Is a good job from the punter just to get it off. So it is going to be Jericho Ingram with that punt return. He gets to past midfield. Good starting position for Boyer Valley once again.
Yeah, they're already at that midpoint on into the FM part of the field, and they'll have a chance to wreck some more time off the clock here. We got 4 minutes and 29 seconds to go in the first quarter. We're tied at 6-6. Both teams have had, or Boyer Valley's just starting their 2nd offensive possession, but Fremont-Mills has had 2 offensive possessions.
Koski back there at the quarterback. Once again, getting a good push is Reineke from his offensive line. Going to be 2nd and about 5 on that big push line draw. Run on first down. Sorry, Mike.
Yeah, you got to think right now that Boyer Valley is winning the line of scrimmage. Fremont-Mills is going to have to do a better job of getting penetration. Otherwise, this is going to be a long night for their defense.
Second and 5 coming up here. Koski going along that left-hand side, then surges forward. Another flag comes out. 1st down run, but that flag is held somewhere or thrown somewhere in the range of holding.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's probably going to be a hold on the offensive line there. It came right at one of the down linemen as he pulled somebody to the ground. Oh, chop block instead, but it is against the offense, obviously. So they'll be moving that ball back, and that takes away a very good positive gain by the offense there.
And makes you go backwards to where you don't want to be behind the sticks. What a big call there on
2nd down.
2nd down, going to be about 2nd and 14 coming up here for the Bulldogs.
That's the kind of penalties that really hurt you in a close game like this.
It's going to be a handoff. Jericho Ingram's back to throw. He did throw a week ago, and it's going to be picked off by the Knights. They try to do a trickeration play. Forney back there playing center field once again. No, it's going to be number 5, Sam Sanchez. Comes away as his 3rd pick of the year. So someone was going to get their 3rd one, be it Forney or Sanchez. And, man, what a big play there when it really felt like the offensive line was starting to control things for the Boyer Valley Bulldogs.
Then you go to the trick play and your running back throws an interception. That's not what you're looking for. But that was all set up because of the chop block earlier on offense, and that moved them back where they felt like they had to try and get a chunk play back. So Fremont-Mills will start with the ball here, 1st down and 10.
3:28 left in the first quarter. Ekpai gets a good little burst there on 1st down. Gets about 3 or 4 yards, just what Ernster wants to do in his set-up first quarter playbook.
Yeah, they're doing a run to the right there. The last 2 offensive series, they've tried to kind of probe that right-hand side. I don't know what they're seeing. They're pulling their left guard to kind of be a lead blocker there. I think they might be setting them up for a counter coming back here to the left-hand side of the offense. We'll see what happens. Got a receiver on the wrong side of the field, so Forney's getting him relocated.
Going to be a handoff up the middle. Man, an ankle tackle is what got, I believe that's Ekpai down. Man, he had a head full of steam if he wouldn't have got brought down there.
Yeah, if he could have high-stepped through that last little ankle tackle there was nobody catching him because the DBs had already slid all the way up to the line, and he would have been all the way in for the TD.
36-yard line is where they are at the moment. 1st and 10 here. Ekpai gets the handoff once again, but I thought he broke through for a second, but that was his lead blocker, and that's actually going to be Forney. I thought Ekpai was the one that had it. Forney goes for about 1 yard on first down.
Yeah, Sawyer does a good job of handling the ball, a little deception there. Tucks it in, pulls it out. You got to really pay attention to what your keys are going to be to find out where that ball is going to be. You can get caught looking, and that's when big plays happen.
Calling it pretty much just a gain about a half a yard. Forney sends a man in motion. That's going to be Campbell. Campbell is going to have it along this near side. Tried to stop and make his hesitation to make a man miss, but that man did not miss. That is going to be Levi Renicky already on the offensive side doing things. He does a lot. He leads the team in tackles as well. So he's one of those 8-man athletes that's just all over the field. You're going to just have to deal with him.
Absolutely. He goes both ways, whole game, never comes out of the game, and that's just because he's a stud athlete.
FM breaks their huddle. Forney, empty backfield. Everyone's going pretty deep. Forney launches one. It does look like it's going to be Lincoln Hooker. Cannot track it down just from the body outline. Actually, it's going to be Mason Reed on that attempt. On that deep post there on 3rd and long. 2nd and long, I should say. It's kind of, or that was on 3rd and long. So that brings up 4th down. They're right at midfield. See if they try to pin him deep here or.
It looks like they're lining up to punt.
Minute 19 left here in this. First quarter. They do end up getting that punt off. It's going to be fielded by Boyer Valley. Ingram is the one that fields it. He is brought down about the 23-yard line. That's where Boyer Valley is going to start theirs. Directly behind the sun, unfortunately, for you viewers.
Right. Probably not seeing a lot on the screen except for a blur, but a little rugby-style kick there. He rolls out to his right with a lead blocker, and then he tries to get that ball instead of being a spiral coming up and back down, try to get it to knuckle, and that makes it harder for the guy receiving that punt to field it, and sometimes it gives you good, funny bounces too. So that's a new style a lot of people are going to.
1st and 10 here. Looking into it, Reineke's going to have the ball. Fremont-Mills beats him at the line of scrimmage and brings him down. That's a big, just mental even play for the defense here on 1st down. A gain of 1, though, on that forward progress.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Victor has had some words for his defensive linemen about owning that grass in between the offensive line, defensive line, because that 1st and 2nd series, Boyer Valley was kind of just pushing them anywhere that they wanted to push them. So that was a good start for the Fremont-Mills defense.
Trying to get beneath that blur here of the brightness of the sun, but Koski's going to be back. Puts a man in motion. They're going to send him with Koski and the ball runner as the ball runner along that left-hand side. Thought he went down on the knee for a moment, but he had another surge and got a 1st down. He's looking good at these quarterback keepers here.
He is looking strong. He's got people hanging on him, and he's still able to break free from that tackle. But he did a nice job attacking the left-hand side of the offense there, and he should have probably been tackled for a 3 or 4 yard gain, but instead, just through sheer effort, he was able to get a 1st down out of that.
12-yard run there, achieves 1st down. They're going to let that 1st quarter run on out, so we'll go ahead and take a break as well. 6-6, exchanging offensive touchdowns on their 1st possession, then coming up empty on the 2nd so far. So 6-6 heading into the 2nd quarter here on KMA Extreme.
No one succeeds alone. It takes support to get there, sacrifices made by others, wisdom learned and passed on. When your business is agriculture, you dedicate your life to supporting community, doing the hard work that helps all of us thrive. It's why at PCSB, we believe in supporting you. Your success makes our community succeed. PCSB, we believe in you. Visit us online at wearepcsb.com. Member FDIC.
It's right there.
It's okay.
Business majors at Northwest Missouri State University gain the knowledge and the experiences of agriculture as well as business foundations. Northwest's faculty focuses on 4 core areas: agricultural finance, agricultural marketing, agricultural policy, and economics of agricultural production. Career opportunities in this field at Northwest include agricultural sales representative, grain merchandising, agricultural lender, operations manager, and claims adjuster. Find out more about an agricultural business major at Northwest Missouri State University.
All right, welcome back, KMA Extreme watchers. First quarter is done and gone. 6-6 is the score. Both teams exchanging touchdowns on their first offensive possession. Looked good and efficient both ways. Fremont-Mills came up with a 3-and-out practically on their next possession. Boyer Valley got aggressive, threw a pick on a reverse pass. Now here we are. Actually, we had 2 punts here from Fremont-Mills in a row, so they came up empty on their third possession. Boyer Valley's now on their third, at their own 35-yard line, and their senior quarterback, Koski, looking to do some damage here.
He's been the go-to runner. He's on a quarterback keeper again around the right-hand side, makes another man miss.
Doing more of the same. He gets by a couple defenders. Penalty flag, though, has been haunting Boyer Valley here in that first quarter, and it leads on in the second.
We'll see if this is a holding call because that corner did open up rather easily there. It usually means that somebody was holding on the outside right out in the open where it's easy to tell what has happened. So the official is giving us the signal now, and it is holding against Boyer Valley.
That spot was a couple yards beyond the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be about 2nd and 18 here, or 1st and 18, as that was the first play on first down. So even though it's got to be looming in the back of your heads defensively that they've been able to move the ball even though they're at that 2nd and 18 part.
Absolutely. It looks like they have been able to kind of find a niche in the defense there. Ooh, not there.
Tackle for loss there. That is going to be Lincoln Hoker busting through and coming up with a big one. Hasn't happened often, but it happened there.
How about that for a little emotion for a high schooler there? Gives the old high kick and says, I got you, buddy. You're going nowhere.
The senior is in it. He's pumped. It's going to be 2nd and long, 2nd and 18 coming up after that Lincoln Hoker tackle.
Yeah, nice job. I like to see the enthusiasm there out of Lincoln Hoker. He really shot through the line, tackled them in the backfield. What a good time to do that. Now it makes 2nd down and forever.
From the 27-yard line on their side of the field. Back for a pass is Koski. He's going to scramble around. He's going to get taken down, though. They're going to get another flag, and, man, I did another one come along the sideline as well. They just too aggressive along the sideline possibly, but, man, that one came from the midfield right away.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like they're going to get him for a hit out of bounds, and that's going to be a 1st down and 15 yards. So we'll see what the other flag was all about.
Both teams giving opposite teams some big calls.
Ooh, a face mask is what they're calling instead.
That might be what they saw right away. And that is the only call, so face mask will be it. So it's going to be an automatic 1st down after they march it off. Maybe it won't be an automatic 1st down. They're keeping everything going, so it's going to be about 2nd and 2 then.
Yeah, it used to be, but they changed the rules where it's just 15 yards. Of that most time would get you a 1st down, but in this case, not.
They're going to hand it off to Reineke on that 2nd and short. He busts right for about that 1st down. It's going to be close. Let's see where they spot him. And that Fremont-Mills is getting better at not letting those big holes just open up here in this possession. Well, this quarter as it started.
Yeah, although there's been a lot of laundry on the field to kind of determining what the game play is going to be. We've got another
one going on.
Yeah, where they're going to come in and measure it, or are they going to use the Hawkeye view 3D and say, hey, we're calling it from the booth. It's going to be a 1st down. But since I'm the one looking at it straight on, I'm calling 1st down by the nose of a football. How's that for Hawkeye view?
I like it. Let's see if it's good enough.
Even though they should be calling it the Cyclone view.
We'll see tomorrow.
We'll see tomorrow is right. I'll be there at 5 a.m.
Lucky you.
Pulling in my parking lot, but with about 2 hours sleep after I get home to Central Iowa tonight. So it should be pretty exciting.
So they are going to call it short, I believe, right at that 35-yard line of Fremont-Mills side of the field.
That's what we thought. The Hawkeye view was a little bit off. A little skewed from this angle, evidently.
I mean, you got to imagine Boyer Valley is just going to be a cloud of dust here as they march to the line. Possibly Koski pulling it, but otherwise, trust in their line so far. Sending Ingram, he's just a decoy. Koski's going to go along this far side, reaches, and that reach will get him that first down. So first down, Boyer Valley keeps it going here. Second quarter, 10:42 left.
Yeah, did a good job of sealing the defensive end there. Able to give him a lane on the left-hand side of the offense there. Just what they're looking for. Get a first down, keep this drive going.
Calling in the play here, Ingram bringing in Jericho Ingram, the probably pretty much only sophomore on the offensive side of things. A lot of juniors on this Boyer Valley team.
Yeah, they had good success last year, so they made the playoffs first time in a long time.
A little bit of confusion. Timeout taken from Coach Christensen. They're going to talk it over. We'll take a break as well. 6-6 still is that score. 10-14 left in the second quarter. We'll be back right after this here on KMA Extreme.
Nutrien Ag Solutions takes the responsibility of growing seriously. As a leader in the ag sector, they provide their customers with complete agriculture solutions, including nutrients, crop protection products, seed, service, and digital tools for optimum customer success. Talk with Nutrien Ag Solutions in Westboro, Coyne, Percival, and Essex. Nutrien Ag Solutions, transforming agriculture and feeding the future.
To grow your future with a bank that truly cares? Welcome to Malvern Bank, where we're more than just a bank. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your partners in success. At Malvern Bank, we specialize in ag loans that help our local farmers thrive. Whether you're planting seeds for the future or expanding your current operations, we've got the financing solutions to help your farm flourish. So why wait? Visit us today and see how Malvern Bank can make a difference in your life. Together, let's grow our future. Malvern Bank, we build community. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
They can't see numbers. All right, welcome back here. Staring into the sun with 10:14 left in the second quarter. Hopefully that sun will get going down sooner. Maybe we can get to the other side of the field. It's going to be Boyer Valley with a 1st and 10 coming up here. They're going to go back for a pass. That hasn't happened too often. Koski's going to have to struggle or run for his life. And man, oh man, he gets brought down eventually. What a good job from closing speed for the Knights. What a big sack there on 1st and 10.
That was a great defensive play right
Carter
there.
Rycroft, the one in there on that tackle. Man, what an excellent play.
Yeah, did a good job there. Looked like he was going to be able to shake him off with the stiff arm, but he grabbed that arm and just pulled him to the ground. That's the guy that's been in there pumping that iron. That's the difference between shaking off the tackle and making the tackle is. How many of those bench presses have you done this week?
That's an 11-yard sack to go back on the other side of the field, bring it up 2nd and 19. Man in motion comes to our side. They're going to hand it off to Reineke up the middle. Fremont-Mills does a good job of not letting it get too far out, right at midfield, just shy of it. Yeah. 3rd and long coming up.
That time Mason Reed did a really good job of holding his spot and then finishing with a good tackle around the legs there. Really fine tackling job there by Mason Reed.
3-yard run, 3rd and 16 coming up here. 9 minutes left in the half. 6-6, still that score.
Yeah, ball's on midfield. It's at the 40-yard line.
Spreading out the formation a little bit here. Sending a man in motion. That is Reineke. They're coming at him, so they're going to let him go by. They're going to set up a screen to Burkhart. Burkhart gets taken down, but they gets a chunk of it back, but it's still going to be 4th and about 7 or 8 here to go, Mike.
Yeah, it was a good play design there. The lineman for Fremont-Mills really bid on it, came through, but luckily the linebacker stayed at home and gave up yardage, but not enough for that first down. So they did a good job of playing their position and not getting sucked into the fake by the quarterback.
Gets it to about the 32-yard line. Still going to be 4th and 7 here. They're going for it. Koski back to throw. Has a little bit of time, but steps up into the pocket. A flag is thrown. He's brought down at the moment. We'll see what gets called here, but Fremont-Mills will have the ability to decline it if they want to.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be hold against the offense. They're asking Coach Dernscher if he wants to accept it or decline it, and he has declined it. So
waving him off like he's got a set of kings in front of him in blackjack. He's I don't want anything.
Don't want any.
Give us that ball. So that's going to be a 2-yard run when they needed 7. Turnover on downs, and the defense is starting to come awake here, Mike.
I know it. I was calling for an offensive scorebout here, and all of a sudden we're at 6-6 and going into the second quarter deep. So
well, you were Nostradamus there after the first possession by both teams because they were just efficient, but man, those defenses are really starting to falter. Now Forney's going to be a one rushing all by himself. He's got a little bit of a push. He gets about 4 or 5 yards. Nice chunk yards. They've been doing that on first down often, getting 4 or 5 yards consistently.
Yeah, doing a good job there. Again, he went to his offensive left-hand side there. I think they're seeing something on the right-hand side of the defense, able to get that pinned in, and he does a good job of finding that hole as he skinnies towards that line of scrimmage.
Forney back there, going to hand it off to Ekby. He gets tripped up initially, keeps his footing enough to lunge at the first down. I think he'll still be short, but strong enough to go but just not get tripped up after the very, very first contact.
Yeah, it's going to make an interesting play call here. Quarterback keeper with third and a long yard and a half.
Ekby's got some of the biggest thighs around, and he's 200 pounds and has a good first speed step, so that'd be hard for me not to just give it to him.
Yeah. That'd be interesting to see what they try and do here. And what the Boyer Valley, are they going to squeeze down the line of scrimmage here? Or are they going to play their base defense?
There's going to be a handoff there to Ekby. He lunges forward and gets the first down.
You called it. You called it right there.
I mean, it's an easy one to rely on sometimes.
Yeah, he just got enough right there. That's all he's looking for. First down.
So it's going to be 1st and 10. Right at midfield, yeah, it's going to be a 1st and 10, deciding if they can get on their side of the field or not here.
Yeah, we're at 6 minutes and 51 seconds to go in the second quarter. Trying to put together a drive to put them ahead going into halftime break. Oh, nice pass there by Forney.
I'm sorry, I had my head down. Carter Rycroft being the target there. Nice fight. Forney, I was waiting for him to open up that playbook here, and there it is. Nice pass to Rycroft, first down.
He showed an interesting arm angle there. He kind of threw that like a second baseman, kind of came down over the elbow and did a really nice job of hitting him in the flat.
You hear that? Nice second baseman, Forney. Go out for baseball. Help out my cousin Chris Wood. Be a second baseman.
That's right.
So what was 1st and 10 was going to be a stop there from Ekby. So Boyer Valley's line making a cloud of dust there and getting 2nd and 10 coming up. But since the first time in that first possession, this Fremont-Mills is really kind of consistently putting something together.
Yeah, putting together a good march down the field here.
Forney has Ekby next to him, but everyone's going out for a pass. Pump fake. There is a pass to Lincoln-Oker. He's got a step, and he catches it with ease. Nice catch there from Lincoln-Oker. Good accuracy from Forney. And he got a step on his defender, and they put it in for a touchdown. The usual connection, Seth Forney, J.W. Lincoln-Oker, 12-6.
You talk about a ball fake. He about threw his back out with that ball fake. He chucked that thing up in the air, and all what J.W. had to do was run underneath of it because the defensive back was peeking.
And they go for a picket fence 2-point conversion. They get it. Nash Moreland with the reception there. 14-6. Fremont-Mills really starting to put things together here with 5:44 left in the quarter here. We'll go ahead and take a quick break, just a quick one, and we'll be back to talk about that offensive possession there put together from the Knights.
Sure what you want to do with your life? Feel like your job is at a standstill? Get your foot in the door with area manufacturing companies at Iowa Western Community College's SEAM program. Sign up now in the Center of Excellence for Advanced Manufacturing through IWCC. Classes are just 2 early evenings a week with holidays and summers off. Improve your current skills and learn new ones that will give you a new career or even enhance your current one. For more information on SEAM, contact IWCC's Clarinda Center at 712-542-5117.
Welcome back, KMA Extreme Watchers. Good possession there from the Fremont-Mills Knights, capped off with a big play, 27-yard pass play to J.W. Lincoln-Oker via Seth Forney. Man, Mike, they looked really good on there on that offensive possession.
Sawyer,
man.
I know, it's tough. Once
I say it, I'm just done. I apologize, Sawyer.
That's fine. Kickoff.
Going to be a dribbler once again. Another going to be a good starting possession here. Taken down to the 26-yard line for the Bulldogs. So actually, Not as glaring as I thought it was going to be. I think they'll take that almost all the time if you're Coach Ernster.
Yeah, that last touchdown by Sawyer Forney to J.W. Lincoln Hooker was pretty impressive. They'd done that a time or two because J.W. really slow played it. He came off the line just a trot and like nothing's going on, got the defensive back to look in the backfield on the pump fake, and then he turned on the jets, and he was wide open for that last touchdown by Fremont-Mills.
14-6 is that score. 5:35 left. Boyer Valley is going to do a pass of their own. Had a hard handle there. Bukowski got it to him, and then, man, tracking speed from J.W. Lincoln Hooker brings down Burkhart immediately. Good defense after showcasing his offense.
Hey, he's doing really well tonight. He's a good player. He definitely has the skill set. Yeah, I remember he used to be my neighbor. He and his brother would be out in the front yard throwing the ball around all the time.
You live next to the Lincoln Towers. That's what they called them when they were both playing here a couple of years ago.
Yep, I did. They were just across the street.
Koski in that pistol formation keeps it. He is tracked down, though. They were on that fake, and, man, everybody from the offensive defensive line comes through with that big tackle for loss. Schaff coming through with that big play.
Nice play.
The senior of the brothers coming through.
So what we had there was a fake that faked nobody out on the defense there. It looks like they're really flexing their muscle coming in towards the end of the second quarter.
Oh, was that Gavin Crum on that tackle? Was that who that was?
Yeah, number 54.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that, Gavin. That's a good tackle. Man, that was a tremendous six-yard loss. Actually, with that game forward, it was about a 9-yard loss. Pass play is going to go up the middle. They do find a receiver. It's going to be just short of that first down, but, man, that was a good play to get those chunky yards back.
And decision time for the coaching staff at Boyer Valley. You're not quite to midfield yet. Fourth down, you've got 2. Do you go for it or do you punt this away and see if your defense can hold Fremont-Mills from getting another score? Looks like they're approaching the line to go.
Justice Garvis on that catch for Boyer Valley. They think they'd be going for doing that. See who got disciplined here. Man, this is a big call. They have been all night.
Could be either way.
No team has believed it. No one's marching backwards or forwards when it comes to players.
Everybody's pointing. What'd you see?
And one person's praying.
Yeah, the end on the right-hand side of the offense kind of wasn't set yet, and then all of a sudden here comes the defense. Yep. Goes against the defense. They got Fremont-Mills to jump.
So 4:09 left here in the first half. They march it past half the midway of the midfield, 39-yard line of Fremont-Mills, where that ball is going to be.
And hopefully your viewing at home is cleared up a little bit. The sun is about halfway down over the hill.
As I can look at it, looks like it's going pretty good here. I should get back to that screen so I can definitely see. Yeah, there we go. So Koski is back there in that pistol. They're going to pitch it to Reineke. Reinke's got hands on him right away, but he busts through a couple of arm tackles, probably gets 6 yards on that second effort. Good lunge there from their senior running back.
Yeah, Fremont-Mills had him dead to rights. There should have been 0 yards on that carry, but just good effort by him. He was able to push and twist and turn and make a nice run out of that on first down.
Yeah, gets about 5 yards. Like Mike said, should have been dang near 0. 340 and counting as we're on the 34-yard line. BV moving the ball. Faking the handoff. Koski's keeping it and dancing around trying to find somebody. Man, he's got a good sidestep. He makes men often miss it on that first attempt. Maybe a 3 or 4 yard chunk play on 2nd and 7.
And that seemed to be more out of fear. He was
I used to run.
There was not a lot of places to run to, so he was sidestepping because there was no hole to find, but he was able to make a little bit something out of that. Brings up 3rd and interesting anyway, 3rd down and 2. We're at the 3-minute mark to go here in the second quarter. Boyer Valley's looking to answer offensively.
Literally the 3-minute mark is passing as we speak. It's going to be Koski on 3rd and 1, faking the handoff, option play. They go that side. Man, Fremont-Mills meets him quickly. It's all about that forward progress.
Looks like it's going to be 4th down. It looks like they're marking him short.
Crom and Campbell were there once again. Good play from Fremont-Mills to stop it at the moment. 4th and, man, they may even give him a half yard backwards. So 2:30 left and a 4th and 2 coming up.
Yeah,
huge play here first half.
To me, it looked like he probably should have pitched that one. They were keying on him. He had a chance to get a little bit of a pitch there. He probably should have went for it, but you never know here. So we got 4th down and a long 3.
Koski 4th and 2, spins around, pitches it to Reineke. He likes to fall forward, but what an open field tackle by Paxton Campbell. Holy moly. Turnover on downs for the Knights. What a play there from the sophomore D-back, knifing in.
Very, very, very good defensive stop there. So this will give 2 minutes and 14 seconds to see if Fremont-Mills can add to the scoreboard total here.
Man, 2:14, and you have a quarterback that you trust in and a lot of weapons to do it with. The man that just made the play can probably open one up here at any moment, Paxton Campbell. Let's see what they have out there. Forney going back to pass. He scrambles around. He's going to let it fly right along the sideline, going for Sanchez. No good, incomplete. But there, Coach Ernster's letting his he's not afraid to let it loose here when he wants to.
Right. I think Sawyer made a good decision there. He got pushed out of the pocket there, had to roll to his right, which would be his strong side, but he made a good, wise decision. If he would have thrown that to his receiver, probably would have been an interception. So Good decision. Just throw that one away. Live to play 2nd down here.
Good coverage overall there by the secondary of Boyer Valley. I believe Brody Koski was there on that play. See if they give Forney another attempt. They will. It's going to be a quick throw here to Paxton Campbell. Like I said, they could get him open in space. He makes a couple moves, gets beyond the line of scrimmage, maybe a 5 or 6 yard play. Let's see if he gets tackled. Plenty of timeouts for Fremont-Mills, though.
Looks like we're going to be 3rd down here. 4 yards to go. Ball is on Fremont-Mills 32-yard line.
Pass to Campbell once again, right along this near sideline. Oh, it's going to be to Ekpai, actually. Ekpai right at that 1st down marker. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah, it's going to depend on the spot. Looks like they're just short. 4th and half of a yard. We're at 1 minute and 31 seconds to go in the 2nd quarter. Fremont-Mills obviously is going to go for this.
Forney fakes the handoff. A lazy up throw is caught by Fremont-Mills, though. That was underthrown. This coming back for is J.W. Lincoln-Hooker. What a play by his receiver for Forney. As, man, they got it going with 1:22 left here.
Yeah, his receiver, J.W. Lincoln-Hooker, just bailed him out. That was not a good pass. He just threw that one up and hoped that it was going to come down, and J.W. made a better play on the ball than the defense did.
With his 2nd big play of the quarter. Rolling out to his right is Forney. He's going to keep it and run and get out of bounds. Probably the smart move here with 1:06 left in the corner. Man, more Lincoln-Hooker. Talk about Lincoln-Hooker, Mike, about that great play to help out and move that ball down to the 22-yard line.
Yeah, because that was 4th down. If they would have knocked it down or anything like that, it would have been turnover and would have given a minute and a half or so for Boyer Valley to take a shot at it. But Fremont-Mills keeps the ball. They're now at 2nd down and 5.
Snap from Forney is going to be another pass deep to the corner. Jump ball. Let's see who comes down with it. That might be Boyer Valley coming down with it, though, in the corner of your screen. I believe it is. What a play there by Garvis. It's going to be Justice Garvis, a senior, going jump ball with Lincoln-Hooker and coming down with it. 58 seconds left, and it's going to be a touchback for Boyer Valley. What a play there.
Good defensive stop for Boyer Valley there. That was usually the one that JW is going to win all the time. He threw it up in the air, gave him a shot to high ball it, and instead it was the senior from Boyer Valley able to come up with that interception in the end zone, brings the ball out, and they'll have 58 seconds. Now, how aggressive is Coach Christian going to be here with 58 seconds to go? You're down 14-6.
Yeah, we'll see about that. 58 seconds, like Mike said. They do have a receiver out wide. No one really back for Fremont-Mills Knights. As far as the safety, it's just going to be a no gain there by Koski. So Paxton Campbell comes up with that tackle.
Does FM call a timeout and force them to?
They had plenty in their pocket, but they didn't really need them when they had the ball. It's just that interception.
Or looks like FM satisfied with letting it run to the halftime break also.
They do have that 14-6 lead at the moment, so 25 and counting. BV is just going to walk up to the line. Imagine Koski's going to keep this one, if not just barely hand it off to Reineke.
Oh, somebody moved early.
Either that or a delay game. They didn't get it off in time. It is going to be a moving early penalty. False start, 5 yards back, 18 seconds left now.
Yeah, they'll snap it and should down this. It doesn't look like either team is wanting to do anything silly going into the halftime break.
So now the clock does run on the whistle as well, so this will probably definitely be the last play of the quarter. It's going to be knelt down from Koski. I don't even count that as anything. That's just going to be knelt down. That's going to be the running out of the first half, 14-6. I never did get that extra point there up on the scoreboard for you guys. So 14-6, Fremont-Mills leading. Both teams starting off strong offensively. Both teams kind of getting it better back together at the end of the half. But Fremont-Mills came away with that big second touchdown. Boyer Valley did not, Mike.
Yeah, what happened there, I think Boyer Valley was doing really well attacking the left-hand side of their offense and then kind of went away from that, and they started running more to their right and didn't have as much success. So I'm kind of interested to see why they didn't keep coming back this way, because they were doing a really good job successfully running to the offensive left there. So passing is not much for Boyer Valley yet, as we kind of thought was going to happen, and it's kind of been Fremont-Mills with the longer passes to JW that have kind of made the difference here in the first half.
They are 3 of 3 of passing, but just for 25 yards. Burkhart catching 2 of those. And like Mike said, it was just a big momentum swing, too, as well. I mean, as you were talking about them having that chance they have, getting it from Lincoln Oker's touchdown at 27 yards, then they turned over on downs, but just couldn't quite really put that extra explanation point on the half. If they would have got a touchdown there with that minute left, that would have been huge to go up by 2 scores. But Boyer Valley's a good team, and that's why they're here, and that's why it's 14-6. I'm excited to see what the second half will bring. Both coaches going to have big adjustments to make. Let's see what happens. Is Boyer Valley going to open it up a little more? Is Fremont-Mills going to open it up a little more, even though they kind of have? But, man, they have more plays than we've seen so far here, Mike, and I think it's going to be an interesting second half to see how it unfolds.
Yeah, both teams are undefeated, and this is the reason why. They are smart. They do what they do best, and this should be a real interesting game as you come back and join us in the second half.
All right, we'll go ahead and take that break here of halftime. 14-6, Fremont-Mills with that lead. We'll be back here on KMA Extreme.
Is believing. That's what you'll hear from customers that choose Barrett Auto Center of Glenwood time and time again. Barrett customers come in for vehicles and service work, but they come back for conversation and honest advice. They want one of the largest pre-owned and fully serviced inventories in KMA land, and they return when they've gone elsewhere and it just isn't the same. See and believe for yourself how little differences add up to a better car buying experience. Come back to Barrett's and Barrett'sAutoCenter.com.
Our name says it all. We're Total Farm Solutions. This is Eric with TFS, and when it comes to your operation, we want to be your total partner in and out of the field. We're your Pioneer seed dealer, along with bulk options and seed treatments. And we study genetics, offering scouting and agronomic solutions. Taking care of our customer is part of our total service. We're Total Farm Solutions. Give us a call or find our office just outside of Carson.
Super excited for Fremont-Mills, Boyer Valley on the KMA video stream Friday night. I'll have the call alongside Mike Wood. Looking forward to that one. Talking now with Fremont-Mills head coach Greg Ernster. Coach, first off, you start the year with an impressive win over Cam on Friday night. Tell me about that game and what you like from the guys that made it happen.
Yeah, it was kind of a slow start. Cam did some tremendous things defensively to us, kind of took away what we really wanted to do. But, our boys were able to kind of adjust and to a game plan number 2, and they did a really good job of executing it. Not necessarily the cleanest, but, we talked about when the ball comes your way, make a play, and our kids tended to do that night.
Yeah, what can be learned, from a game and from a start like that?
Well, it's a lot of little things, especially week 1. It's just fixing the little things. We had a couple route combos. Kids were a little too tight to each other, and so we'll get that fixed up. Offensive line kind of quit moving their feet, didn't have a great technique. So those are things that we can show on film, and, kids like to see that corrected. And, so things like that can be corrected. And, defensively, though, I thought we played really well. But there's some things that we can critique. Some kids were out of place at times when they had some big plays. But, that's what's great about film is that film never lies, and the kids always learn.
Yeah, you mentioned the defensive side. Anytime you hold an opponent to 6 points, that's going to win you a lot of games. What stood out to you about what you guys were able to do defensively?
I thought we tackled really well. Maybe not so much early, but I would say probably after that first quarter, I don't think there was much extra yards after contact. And, that's what we talked with the kids about. We got to rally to the tackle. You got to be sure tackler. So I thought that was really big, and I thought we got some, maybe kids didn't make the play, but they were there. Our D-line maybe didn't have a ton of plays in the backfield, but, made the backs change directions for our linebackers to clean up. So I thought we did a great job with that all night.
Greg Ernster, head football coach at Fremont-Mills. Offensively, I know we've talked a lot leading up to the season about Sawyer Forney and what's expected of him, and he played great and looked like the ground game was performing as well. How important was it for you guys to be balanced on Friday night, and how much of an emphasis is that going to be throughout the season?
Well, you don't want to be one-dimensional in any capacity. So our goal is to be even as possible. But if the passing game's working like it kind of was Friday night, we're going to keep throwing the ball. And the kids like running routes, they like catching balls. So we'll, if that's what it takes, I think we'll do that. But going forward though, we got to feed John Eckby the ball. He was antsy to run the ball all summer, so I thought he did well. But you got to be balanced as possible. But and hopefully the play action game opens up off of that. So that's why our goal is to be as balanced as possible.
Looking forward to Friday night now. Boyer Valley, the opponent, a chance to go against Coach Christensen after all those years of coaching with them. They're playing well right now. Thoughts on Boyer Valley and the challenges they'll present to your team?
Well, absolutely well-coached team. Jeremy gets the best out of his guys. And, what stands out to me is their inside linebacker, running back, the Reneke boy. He is as advertised. He's on film. He's explosive. Their quarterback, the Koski kid, he's efficient throwing the football. They don't throw the football a ton, but when he throws, he's efficient. That's Jeremy's big thing, is be efficient with the football, and he sure is. D-line wise, maybe not the biggest guys, but definitely physical, definitely motors. They're all, there's great effort. That's a great effort team over there, so we're going to have our hands full.
Yeah, given the familiarity, I'd imagine probably not a lot of secrets going into Friday night between the two.
Well, the conversations that Jeremy and I have had since it's been pretty funny, and I think we have a bet going. First one that throws the ball loses, that kind of thing. But, it's he knows what I like to do. We know what he likes to do. And so it's going to come down to which kids execute better. I'm sure he'll have a few wrinkles for us as we will for him. But it's just going to be a lot of fun. But, like I told the boys, this game isn't about him and I or, anything like that. This is about all the kids on the field. That's what it's going to come down to.
What are the one or two things that your kids on the field are going to have to do on Friday night?
We're going to have to get off the field on third downs. That's a big one. We can't give up extra, extra series. We got to get off the field and then protecting the football. We can't turn the ball over. You look at college football this past weekend. If you lose a turnover battle, you're probably losing that game. So we have to protect the football, and we got to get off the field on third down.
Looking forward to it. Greg Ernster, head football coach at Fremont-Mills. Coach, appreciate the time today, and best of luck on Friday.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, welcome back, KMA Extreme watchers. We are in Fremont-Mills for this district, 8-man district play. Fremont-Mills taking on Boyer Valley. Tough first half. We expected it to be close. We expected a lot of things to happen in the first half. 14-6 is how it unfolded. Both teams started off the game with an offensive possession and a touchdown to start the game. Then the defenses and penalties kind of got in the way of that offensive production. Fremont-Mills did click a little bit late, hitting J.W. Lincoln Hoker on some big plays, one of them being a 27-yard pass play. They got down to another chance in the red zone right about that 20-yard line before Sawyer Forney threw a jump ball to Lincoln Hoker. But, man, Justice Garvis for Boyer Valley made probably the play of the half so far to keep them at a 14-6 score. And for Boyer Valley, the offensive running, it still has kind of been there, but they haven't been able to get that 4 or 5 in a row, Mike, to where they can come away with points on the board.
Yeah, penalties have been a big part of them tonight. Just too many holding penalties. Things have slowed down momentum. They did a good job early on in that first quarter, but after that, then they kind of ran into trouble. For Fremont-Mills, I think Mason Reed needs to get involved in some of the intermediate routes. Everybody's going to be looking for JW now coming across or running a post or doing a square out, something like that. And I think Mason Reed with his good size could really hurt Boyer Valley by getting in behind the linebackers and catching something in the center of the field and then maybe make a run after that. But it'd be interesting to see Boyer Valley switches up their identity and has to come out and throw a little bit more to loosen up this defense, or whether they think they can still run that thing off of the guard. So it will be interesting as we start this second half with a 14-6 score.
More times than not last year when I watched Fremont-Mills play, as you said, they want to get Mason Reed in that middle possession. And I was even thinking Carter Rycroft for that too. And if they can score somehow by doing that, to get that one more score. And then last year, the nail in the coffin for them would be when Paxton Campbell would all of a sudden bust one on the first or second play of the drive to then put them up by that third or fourth score. And that's how they really started to pull away from teams last year. So I bet Coach Ernster in the heart of hearts would like what Mike was saying. Let's get that good, solid, efficient offensive production on the first one to get our first score. And then if Paxton Campbell can just light one up for a 50-yard where nobody touches him and he just runs away from everybody else, that's how we can come away with this home victory here to start off Dexter's play. I'm thinking that he'd be pretty thrilled, but Boyer Valley, I'm thinking, wants to make it a quick second half. They have the ball the most of the time. There's a lot of seconds being ticked off the clock on a constant rate. It's going to be interesting as we see as Fremont-Mills getting ready to kick off here, Mike.
Yeah, so Boyer Valley will get a chance to start with the ball here in the third quarter. Be interesting to see whether they try and eat up some clock and keep this thing close and put one in with maybe 4 or 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. That would really be to their benefit. There is some action here on the sideline of Fremont-Mills. We've got Ekpai is being checked over by the training staff, and it looks like he's got a shoulder injury. They're really checking him out there on the sideline. So we may see more of a speed out of the running back situation instead of the banger.
Well, last year, Jonathan Ekpai got hurt for a couple games, and they went to J.W. Lincoln Hooker in the backfield. He hasn't had a carry yet this year, I saw, so let's see how they unfold that offense here. But at the moment, Boyer Valley will get it offensively, and that's where they'll be starting about that 22-yard line for Brody Koski in that offense. A lot of Koski and Reineke on the ground that first half. Both of them have about 37 and 34 yards apiece here, Mike.
Yeah, and to get back to Ekpai there, he's as good on defense as he is on offense, so they're going to miss him there also. So Boyer Valley here will start with the ball, first down and 10, and we'll see if they keep a little quarterback keeper. I'd like to see him go left one time, see what happens.
They're going to send a man to that left. They're going to fake it. And they're not going to fake it. They're actually going to hand it up. And Reineke was kind of the decoy there.
Yep, not much. Probably 2 yards on first down there, so it looks like we're going to have second down and 8.
Hayden Hicks with his first run of the game here to start the half. I wouldn't have predicted that on my bingo card.
No, you have to go a little deeper on the roster to see that one, but maybe they saw something as they were talking things over at the halftime break. The coaching staff for Boyer Valley were thinking, let's get some fresh legs in there and see what's going to happen.
Seeing how they set up, how they cover when Reineke goes out in motion like that. I don't know. We'll see if that's a setup play or not, but Koski's back there at 2nd and 8. Bulldogs are going to throw it. The quick throw over to Garvis. Garvis is the one that made that tremendous interception in the first half. Gets a catch here. Getting about the 29-yard line. Going to be third down coming up.
Yeah, that was a good pickup there. They had a nice little flat pass there, able to get the ball out. Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Quick huddle here for the Bulldogs up on 3rd and short. Ingram going to get it his first carry of the game. He's had a good lot of production in the first couple ones. He gets past that first initial burst of the defense. He's going to be right at that 1st down mark. Sophomore, big run there on 3rd down.
Yeah,
moving the chains.
Yeah, he was stopped in the backfield, but all of a sudden he spurted out of there and was able to lean just enough to get that ball past the 1st down marker, and that puts them now 1st down and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Jericho.
33-yard line.
Jericho Ingram with that first rush of the game, 1st down here. Koski going to be sending a man in motion. It's going to swing it over on a pitch to Reineke. Man, the Knights come and meet him there. Mason Reed was there, fought his blocker off, helped out by Paxton Campbell as well. Lincoln Hoker and Sanchez were there as well.
Mason Reed did a really good job of holding his edge there. He could have easily been kicked out and let that running back turn up inside, but he did a nice job of holding ground. Got the defender off of him and then made the tackle.
And a no gain there.
Bring up 2nd down and 10. Ball on the 33 still.
Boyer Valley long huddle here. Koski breaks that huddle. Sends a man in motion in Ingram. They're going to go towards that way, but I might be a broken. Now they're going to roll out, and they're actually going to throw it. Sanchez is there. No, Forney is there, and he gets an interception. Gets that inside position, and Boyer Valley gets kind of cute with the play calling again, and it ends in an interception.
Yeah, it looked like a bad play from the very start, unless that was supposed to be a decoy. It looked like he wanted to pitch to his right, and all of a sudden he spins out of that and rolls to his left, and then just kind of threw up a prayer. Didn't have a whole lot of chance on that one. He would have been better to throw that one to the sideline and get that out of bounds and live to play another down.
Yeah, good point, Mike. That didn't go from the very beginning. I thought it was like a broken play, but they all kind of rolled that way, and they sent a receiver that way on that deep back post, but Sawyer Forney didn't bite, stayed on that inside position and got his 3rd pick there. They both have 3 picks. I have to look it up, but Forney I know had a ton early last year and was leading 8-man for a while. He's going to take a break and just hand it off here. Is that Lincoln Hoker on that run? I believe it is. So he might be the running back with Jonathan Ekpai not in shoulder pads here to start the half.
Yeah, he's got ice up on his shoulder now, so it doesn't look like he's going to return for this particular game. I'm sure they're going to be very cautious with him and make sure that he can play the rest of the season.
So Lincoln Hoker, J.W. Lincoln Hoker, first carry of the year, going to be the first carry of the half for the Knights. 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8 coming up.
Let's see if Mason Reed becomes important here.
Here's a pass, but did not going to get that snap off. They're going to say someone started early, false start on Fremont-Mills. And not only does it hurt to lose Jonathan Ekpai because he's a speedster that's 200 pounds, but 8-man football where everyone's going both ways. You are now down one athlete, and the second half is just looming here. Right. And luckily for them, it's not 90 degrees outside with humidity, but still, it's early season play.
Absolutely, and he's as good on defense as he is on offense, as I mentioned earlier.
Keeper. So it's going to be a keeper from Forney. He's going to roll, though, and he's going to have a little bit of room, comes it back inside, and he gets by that first marker. Man, that penalty meant nothing. So Forney marches past midfield even. Nice scramble. He had an option to throw there, though, right?
He did. I think it was a run-pass option there, but Sam Sanchez did a really good job of blocking and gave Forney the sideline, and then he actually cuts it back towards the middle of the field. Did a fantastic job of running there.
Crosses midfield at this moment. First down here. 8:17 in this third quarter. Lincoln Hooker gets a handoff, but man, Burkhart was there immediately. Loss of 4 yards as nobody touched him on his way to a tackle for loss.
That'll bring up 2nd down and 13 then after the great defensive play there by Burkhart. He did an excellent job of shooting the gap, and he was there as soon as the ball was getting handed off.
Yeah, 5-yard loss on that play on first down. They did that via the penalty last time and got a first down, but I don't know. I think they want to make it a constant thing they do on first down, get it to 2nd and 15. 2 running backs back there with Forney. He's going to fake it. He's got receivers long. He's looking on that post. Incomplete. The ball does bounce. Possibly Sanchez on that attempt. It is going to be Sam Sanchez on that attempted pass. Kind of a hidden athlete amongst all the weapons is Sam Sanchez. He's probably the fourth or so option they go for when it comes to getting somebody the ball. But, man, he is a capable senior receiver. Third and long coming up here, though, for the Knights and Coach Ernster.
Has got good speed, as the receivers core does. They really have a ability to spread the field.
Speed everywhere when it comes to the Knights. Across all sports, good in track, as we were talking at halftime. Forney, back to pass, has decent protection, finds a man. A flag is thrown. That's going to be Rycroft with the catch, but we'll see what the penalty is going to be. Illegal man downfield. Nope. Holding on the offense, so it's going to march him back a little bit farther. What was 3rd and 15 and will now be about 3rd and 25 probably.
And we've got 7 minutes and 26 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Fremont-Mills still leads 14-6 over Boyer Valley. Fremont-Mills with the ball. They'll now set up a third down play and 24 to go on the 36-yard line of Boyer Valley.
Back to pass, quick screen goes incomplete, trying to go to Campbell, get him open in space. It just does not come with it. I kind of like the play call. The execution didn't happen. 4th and 25 to go here with Fremont-Mills back to punt for the third time tonight, which is kind of surprising.
Yep, and they'll set up, and it looks like a little rugby-style punt coming up here. They'll bring the back out and lead him, and then he'll kind of run to his right. Oh,
it is blocked. It's going to be tipped. That's not going to go very far. It's a scramble to go get it. Boyer Valley didn't have to touch it. They fell on it. But it's not going to matter at all. It's going to be a tip block punt. Boyer Valley's going to get it on Fremont-Mills' side of the field, about the 33-yard line. So a tremendous special teams play. That's a big momentum swing to get you back as a special teams play there, Mike.
Yeah, it didn't look like a snap was anything that should have caused him trouble, but he's just a little late getting that ball off of his foot, and the defender was able to reach out and lunge and get just a little finger on it there, enough to get it tipped, and that puts them in a great position to perhaps go in and make this a little more interesting game in the third quarter. So Boyer Valley will take over, first down and 10 on the 34-yard line.
That's where they recovered that block tip punt. Reineke up the middle. Gets brought down, but not until he gets to the second level of the defense. Close to that first down. Probably an 8-yard run there on first down for the senior running back. That's where they want to live, Mike, right there.
Yeah, right up the middle, man. There was no doubt about where that was headed. That was a good run. Good kick-out blocks by your right guard. Did a nice job on that one.
2 to go here on second down. I see that, and I'm a coach. I don't know how I not give it right back to the senior running back. They do so, and that's kind of how you do it, because Fremont-Mills was ready for it that time. That was probably a gain of 1 or 2 right at that first down marker, though.
Looks like they're spotting the ball and calling it a first down.
How many times, and I wonder, is it, well, now that Lincoln Hoker is going to be a running back, is Reineke going to be bringing down to Lincoln Hoker, and Lincoln Hoker bringing down Reineke on the opposite side of the ball?
I think you've got a pretty good play call going for the third and fourth quarter there. I think we'll be saying their names a lot.
Ball spotted on the 24-yard line. First down here for Boyer Valley. 2 interceptions so far. Let's see if that affects their play calling here in the second half. Jericho Ingram going to have an end around, but he had to go around his man instead of going in front, and that gave the Fremont-Mills Knights time to wrap him up. Tackle for loss on first down on the plays that they aren't just slamming it straight forward. Haven't been going so well for them for Boyer Valley.
Yeah, Boyer Valley has not gotten to the edge very much. They did try and go left there, which I was hoping to see, but this time defensive end for Fremont-Mills did a great job of shutting that thing down. There was a little miscommunication with the lead blocker. He didn't get out and make contact with that defensive end like I think they wanted to, but they'll have another shot at it here with 2nd down and 11.
Like you said, Mike, they haven't got to the edge much. And a lot of times that's when Koski's been doing his dancing and he gets to the edge and then bursts out there. Reineke up the middle where they've been loving it so far. He gets a good chunk of that tackle for loss back. Going to be about 3rd and 6 probably here after that effective run.
Yeah, that was a good job there of coming right back to their bread and butter. What they do is they have a little bit of a delay, hand off to Reineke, and then he goes right over where the center used to be as the center reaches for the left linebacker for Fremont-Mills.
4:50 in the third quarter is where we're at. 3rd and 5, short 4, a long 4 possibly here for Boyer Valley. Hand off to Reineke. He's kind of trying to get to that left edge. Off tackle, though, but Fremont-Mills, they're the first guys on the line were there to make that stop. Maybe just a 2-yard gain there. 4th and short coming up here. Big play.
And something I've noticed here is that Fremont-Mills is doing a good job of rotating on defense here, keeping fresh guys on that line. And Boyer Valley is not quite as deep, evidently. They're running in the plays, of course, from the sideline, but they're not making as many substitutions as Fremont-Mills is. So that might come into play here in the 4th quarter.
Brody Schaff running in, a sophomore. Reineke going to be out for motion. They're going to go back for a pass, a quick one to Garvis. Garvis has been the player of the game here so far for Boyer Valley. Man, he gets that catch, scrambles in after breaking a tackle, and he gets a touchdown to make it 14-12 Boyer Valley. What a play there. Pass surprised me at least there, Mike.
Yeah, that's the medicine Boyer Valley Bulldogs needed right there. They needed to get back in this game, give their kids something to cheer about there. What a simple little pass, little curl, right to where the linebackers vacated. But then after he broke the tackle, there was nobody catching him as he finished off with that touchdown, making the score 14-12.
17-yard pass play on about an 8-yard pass. Reineke back in motion again. They're going to throw it to him, but they're going to get him down for a big tackle to keep it at 14-12. So that might be a big momentum play there. So nonetheless, Garvis comes down with the touchdown catch, and it makes it 14-12. We'll be back after this to bring you more of this third quarter here on KMA.
Shenandoah Medical Center, in collaboration with MD West 1, provides the most comprehensive orthopedic care in our region. Whether you have pain stemming from an athletic injury or overuse, you will have immediate access to high-quality orthopedic care. My name is Michael Delpore, and I am an orthopedic surgeon specializing in the upper extremity. Whatever the case, I will work with you to determine the best treatment plan. For more information about our extensive orthopedic coverage, simply call 712-246-7400.
Sid with Schaff Ag near Trainer. I'm learning all of the ins and outs of agronomy with my dad, Shane. I've learned that Pioneer seed is second to none and that they back that up with proven products and yields. I've also learned that if our customers have a question or a concern, we'll work until we figure out the answer or solution. I'm learning all of this because at Schaff Ag, we...
All right, welcome back here to the kickoff. Boyer Valley kicking it. It's going to be caught by an up back, so Fremont-Mills decent. Starting position going to be about the 33-yard line or so, as they are going to be taking that 2-point lead here after a good promising little bit, but then it kind of haltered there. Then a block punt really put them behind the 8 ball defensively here to start this third quarter.
Yeah, what we have is a 2-point game and a game I thought was going to be an offensive shootout. We are at 3 minutes and 32 seconds to go in the third quarter, and it's a 2-point game here. Fremont-Mills up 14-12 over Boyer Valley, and we're looking at a defensive battle now instead of an offensive battle like I thought it was going to be at the start of the game.
It still means these offensive hold a lot of importance, though, because they're still potent, and there's still going to be the defense needing to keep making these big plays. I just feel somewhere on one of these two offensive, a big play is coming up here. Someone's busting one for 140 or 50 plus.
Yeah.
Unless these teams keep getting great field position, though, too.
You see that a lot of times in 8-man football where all of a sudden a runner catches a corner and he's gone. We haven't seen that. So
that's my Paxton Campbell effect, I think.
That's the one you're looking for coming up here.
Unless Reineke can go absolutely untouched. Koski's got good speed, too, though, for Boyer Valley. Got a number of good weapons. All the referees getting that clock situated. We're at 3:45 here left in the third quarter.
So
everybody's straight now. We're getting ready to go here with.
We had a clock correction there. We got a guy that was having trouble counting.
First timer up here in the booth. Lincoln Hooker on the handoff. A little bit of a hesitation, stutter move, couple yards gained.
Yeah, he needs to get that ball tucked in a little tighter. He's carrying that a little loose like Walter Payton, and it could cause a little fumble action there. That's something his coaches should mention to him there. Get that thing 3 points of contact. Get that thing wrapped up into your elbow and tight against your body. We don't want a ball rolling around on the field at this point.
Kind of a situation where you just have your best athlete back there, not in his complete natural position, but that's what we got in here. So that's why I always wonder, where's he going to be now? He's in the backfield. They're trying to do an out pattern there. Can't find Sanchez. Goes high on that pass play, but all I can see there is J.W. Lincoln Hooker in the backfield.
Right. Yep. And J.W. Kind of stepped in front of the center hike there. Might have thrown Sawyer's vision off just a little bit there because Sanchez was open in the flats over here on the left-hand side. He just kind of air-mailed one to the sideline, which happens when you're getting pressure.
Timing just wasn't quite there. Couple substitutions in. Sanchez coming off the sideline.
So we got 3rd and 8. 3 minutes and 6 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Wyatt Madison also was a guy that was in there as well. Sophomore scored on a big play last week. Timeout taken here from Coach Ernster. That play clock might have been going down. 3:06 in the third quarter, 14-12. Fremont-Mills with the ball and the lead. We'll be back after this to bring you more here from KMA Extreme.
With a chronic respiratory condition, Rogers Pharmacy can provide what you need. Rogers Pharmacy offers a full line of respiratory equipment like oxygen, BiPAP, CPAP, and nebulizers. Rogers Pharmacy isn't a big box pharmacy where you may have to wait for days and weeks to get what you need. They're a full-service, independent, family-owned pharmacy, and they go above and beyond to offer you the quality service and products you deserve. See Rogers Pharmacy in Tarkio, Maryville, Mound City, St. Joseph, and Stanberry, Missouri. Visit Rogers Pharmacy online at rogersrx.com.
Yeah, that's it.
Sid with Shop Ag near Trainer. I'm learning all of the ins and outs of agronomy with my dad, Shane. I've learned that Pioneer seed is second to none and that they back that up with proven products and yields. I've also learned that if our customers have a question or a concern, we'll work until we figure out the answer or solution. I'm learning all of this because at Shop Ag, we've made a commitment, and that commitment is our family helping yours. Call Shane at 712-520-1333.
Glenwood's up 10-0. So here we go, looking around some other area scores. Shenandoah's up 13-7 on Clarinda, that Page County Super Bowl. Glenwood up 10-0 against Harlan. Glidden Ralston up 14-7 on Arweva, who just got beat by Boyer Valley last week. Bedford's up 28-14 on Lennox. Riverside 30-6 over Mount Air's a good Class A matchup here in KMA land. Flag on the play here. Infraction on the defense, going to march it forward. What was 3rd and 8 or so, now it's going to be 3rd and 3.
Yeah, make it very manageable. I think Coach Ernster realized the gravity of that play call, so that's why he had called a timeout at 3rd and 8. So now it'll be 3rd and short, 3rd and 3.
So yeah, 3rd and 3 coming up here, and then a flag. Let's see what happens once again. Now false start. We're going to march it all on back. Going to make Ernster's hair gray with that one.
Oh, mercy sakes. A little bit of jitters going on both sides here. Can't hold their water on either side right now, so need to settle them down. This is where your senior quarterback needs to take control, get everybody relaxed, make the play with the call that's coming in from the sideline.
Van Meter up 14-7 over Trainer so far at half. Big one here, Tri-Center up 14-6 on OABCIG. Here in this game, Forney is back for a pass, going left, now having to go right. Hopefully he doesn't get tracked down, but he does. Lance does track him down. A flag comes in. It was when the tackle was being made. Going to be interesting to see what happens here. Somewhere in the
We've had a couple
ends of holding, I'd assume.
We've had a couple face masks already. Could it be that, or was it holding in the backfield there? Oh, he's going over to talk to Coach Christensen, so evidently this could be something that he may wish to decline.
Woodbine is over Sydney 40-0 in that second quarter. That's in this district game. St. Albert, my upset pick of the week, is over ICAM Manning at the moment, 21-13. I really need a rebound from picking Sydney over Bedford in week 1. They lost by 60.
Yeah.
That wasn't very close. All they had to win by 1. If they could lose by 100, it didn't matter. But, man, on that penalty, it's going to be 4th and about 13 to go here now.
And
Jericho Ingram's back for the punt return at the moment. He's got a punt return for a touchdown this year. It's
looks like
going
they'll run a play.
about the distance of doing that. They're going to do a quick kick, and they do a good job of it. That might roll a ways. Stop, though. It's got to be on the 10 to 1. Oh, man, they sweep it in. That's going to be about the 2-yard line. Is that where it's going to be, where it's touched?
Yep, where it's touched.
So, 2-yard line. What a play call there from Ernster. Pulled up Ingram, and they thought they were going to go for it, and that kick went end over end and rolled and rolled and rolled, and the Knights down it at the 2-yard line. A special teams kind of mishap on the punt before. Bam, right back at them. They stuck with it, and now they got them pinned back.
And that's a rugby-style kick. That's why everybody's kind of went to that, is that ball, instead of going straight up and spiraling, coming straight down, sticking like a golf ball, now it's turning over itself, and when it hits, if you can get it to turn the right direction, you get good results like just happened there for Fremont-Mills.
So it's going to be 1st and 10, backed up all the way. One receiver way out wide. They're going to throw it to him on a quick throw, and, man, nobody's there to touch him. He just kind of ran a no pattern, got by his defender immediately. And is that
90?
Burkhart, Tristan Burkhart, their leading tight end receiver, was out wide. They just threw it right to him.
Yeah, no.
We got about a 24-yard bar, 33-yard pass play there.
No route running
No
there.
route at all.
All they had to do was stand still. They gave him a pass, and the defensive back took a bad angle coming up, and then he was able to race, and could have been a touchdown except for the saving tackle there by the DB of Fremont-Mills. That was a saving touchdown with 2 minutes, 15 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
33-yard pass play, their biggest play of the night for the Bulldogs. There's their big play, but Fremont-Mills didn't let it go for a touchdown. Reineke up the middle, back about the death by 1,000 cuts. That cut right there took about 3 or 4 yards.
That's that physicality that Coach Christensen talks about all of his life. The ability to just smack you right in the mouth, run that thing right off the center, either the right-hand cheek or the left-hand cheek of the center, and try and just beat those guys up in the middle until they soften up. Then all of a sudden he'll pull that thing back and see if he can't hit something on a crossing pattern.
Or just have a guy stand there and just throw it to him.
Yeah, that worked for 33 last time. So
minute and a half left in the third quarter. Boyer Valley second and about 7 or 8 to go. Tight formation here. Sending Ingram out wide. He started going forward. They're going to throw it to him. He cuts inside his defender to make a man miss. Right at that first down, he does get a first down. So that's going to be about a 12-yard pass play there from Ingram. First down, Boyer Valley.
Yeah, Coach Victor is switching in and out some defensive backs here. I think he's looking for a little better tackling out of his defensive backs there, because they're in the position to make the play but have not come up with that tackle that they need. And we're under a minute here in the third quarter in a 2-point ball game.
9-yard pass play there when they needed about 7. Koski flips it to Ingram. He cuts it back up the middle, but, man, the Knights are there to get him for a tackle for loss. Good penetration there from the front line. The usual suspects there in Mason Reed, Paxton Campbell. Blake Schaff was in there as well.
Good stop there on first down. That's what you want to do, is put him behind the sticks there. So it's going to be 2nd down and 11. 25 seconds left in the third quarter.
See if Coach Christensen wants to squeeze one more in here with 2nd and 11. It looks like they'll definitely be able to. Don't see why he wouldn't, really. 15 seconds as they get all settled. Jericho Ingram in motion. They are going to throw it down the sideline, and Burkhart is there again. He takes a step in. No one's there to get him. Touchdown, untouched for a 30-yard pass touchdown, and the Boyer Valley Bulldogs take the lead.
Yeah, with 4 seconds left to go in that third quarter, with probably a 2-point conversion coming up, they lead by 4 now, 18-14. What a pass play there. Not known to throw the ball yet this season. It looks like they're having pretty good success right now on this series.
35-yard touchdown there from Burkhart. 14-18 at the moment. They're going for 2 to try to make it a 6-point lead. Man in motion coming near us. Koski's going to go on that slant pattern once again. They don't connect. Hot throw. The Knights defend it, so they'll keep it at a 4-point lead. There's 4 seconds left in the quarter, and that kickoff is coming up. We'll take a quick break here just to talk about what we just saw here. So 4 seconds left in the quarter. Kickoff from Boyer Valley coming up.
Business majors at Northwest Missouri State University gain the knowledge and the experiences of agriculture as well as business foundations. Northwest's faculty focuses on 4 core areas: agricultural finance, agricultural marketing, agricultural policy, and economics of agricultural production. Career opportunities in this field at Northwest include agricultural sales representative, grain merchandising, agricultural lender, operations manager, and claims adjuster. Find out more about an agricultural business major at Northwest Missouri State University.
All right, welcome back, KMA Extreme watchers here. The kickoff is about to start here for Boyer Valley. Mike, they just put together a impressive passing efficiency there on that drive.
Yeah, 98 yards they went.
That's
were,
right.
After that rolling punt, they were on the 2-yard line, and they are not 98. That would be
sure. I guess you're right. So 78
yards. Get your math right. So the ability for them to have those chunk plays was huge.
So that kickoff is going to be brought out from Fremont-Mills. He's going to be making one-man miss, make two-man miss, but a flag comes down, so this might be for naught here as this kick return gets to midfield and then some, but that flag is spotting down from the white hat, and he knows exactly what he called. I think he's the one that called it. So it's going to be a holding against Fremont-Mills, and that good run back from Campbell will be brought back.
Yeah, he did a really good job of getting to the edge, and that's where he wants to live because he does have the wheels in order to get by everybody once he gets to the sideline. But unfortunately, a little too aggressive there by one of the blockers. Got a hold.
So there is the end of the third quarter. Yeah, 18-14 is the score. We'll be back here to bring you the rest of the game. Fourth quarter coming up. Fremont-Mills will have the ball. 4-point deficit here on KMA Extreme.
Business majors at Northwest Missouri State University gain the knowledge and the experiences of agriculture as well as business foundations. Northwest's faculty focuses on 4 core areas: agricultural finance, agricultural marketing, agricultural policy, and economics of agricultural production. Career opportunities in this field at Northwest include agricultural sales representative, grain merchandising, agricultural lender, operations manager, and claims adjuster. Find out more about an agricultural business major at Northwest Missouri State University.
Nutrien Ag Solutions takes the responsibility of growing seriously. As a leader in the ag sector, they provide their customers with complete agriculture solutions, including nutrients, crop protection products, seed, service, and digital tools for optimum customer success. Talk with Nutrien Ag Solutions in Westboro, Coyne, Percival, and Essex. Nutrien Ag Solutions, transforming agriculture and feeding the future.
All right, welcome back. Their fourth quarter underway, swapping the field. They're going to go on a keeper, and they're just diving forward on first down. That's going to be a minimal gain for the Knights starting the fourth quarter. Was that Forney? It was Forney, so maybe a gain of 2 on that first down play.
Yeah, this is a big series for Fremont-Mills here. They need to get some of that momentum back. Even if they don't get a score out of this, they need to make some yards here and get that idea that they can run where they want to run or pass where they want to pass, because this is all going to come down to championship football right here. 2 good undefeated teams going at it. 4-point deficit for Fremont-Mills as they have the ball here to start the fourth quarter.
In the fourth quarter, it's going to be second and long pass play coming up. Forney makes a man miss, going to be scrambling around, chucks one up, going to midfield. I believe someone came back and got it. Out of bounds, though, Lincoln Hooker tries to make an effort at it. But they're going to say the pass plot him out of bounds, no good. 3rd and 8 coming up. Good attempt there.
Yeah, and good pass pressure there. Made Forney roll to his right again. Not the ability to step into that pass like he needs to if he's going to throw it that distance along the sideline. But Lincoln Hooker gave it everything he had there. He laid all the way out. He did make the catch, just couldn't keep the feet in bounds.
And big pass player. I'm assuming a pass. Big play in general coming up here. Paxton Campbell's actually going to be heading to the sideline. He won't be out there. Doesn't mean there isn't plenty of weapons for Fremont-Mills out there, but all eyes going to be on, well, they got Sam Sanchez, Mason Reed, J.W. Lincoln Hooker. They can go to all of them, and don't forget about Carter Rycroft as well. See what they draw up here on 3rd and 8. Sanchez is the one on our near side. Flag is thrown.
Delay of game.
Just took too long to get that 3rd and 8 play in there.
Yeah, they were in the huddle a long time there, and it kind of looked like Mason Reed knew the clock was running, tried to get him to the line as quick as possible, but I don't know if they got a timeout called or not. Nope. inadvertent flag, so they might not have had delay of game. Our official, John Long, has signaled that it was an inadvertent flag, and nothing has changed. So,
all right, so still going to be 3rd and a long 7, probably 3rd and 8 more likely for the Fremont-Mills Knights here on their own 12-yard line. Quick pass here out to, it's going to be a flea flicker of sorts, or the hitch and ladder, hook and ladder, yeah. Got me there. Lincoln Hooker came out of the backfield. Nice catch from Sanchez. Pitched it to Lincoln Hooker. That's the 3rd and 8 play you draw up there. I would take a delay of game penalty to set that up.
Yeah, that's one there. They went a little deep. They turned the page in the old offensive playbook for that one. Found that on the 2nd page down towards the bottom in the margin. That was a good play, set up perfectly there, and ran a nice little curl, pitched that thing back to Lincoln Hooker at full speed.
25-yard pitch and catch. Well, pitch, catch, then another pitch. Forney fakes a handoff, looking long. He has read on a deep post, but nowhere to go. Forney might have to just tuck and run. He does go with the throw. Sometimes I see a yellow T-shirt or a yellow hoodie or something along the Fremont-Mills sidelines. I think it's a flag, but looks like nothing's out there at the moment. Oh, there is a flag in the middle of the field.
I think they're going to
getting picked up again. We got loose pockets out there.
I think there's going to be holding. Yep, holding against Fremont-Mills.
All right, holding. So
like Lincoln Hooker got a little aggressive on his block there and
marching that back,
and held the defensive guy who was making a good pass rush there. So he'll step to the sideline, catch his breath. That'll give hopefully Mason Reed a chance to come here and catch something across the middle as he goes out to his left, offensive left.
So 1st and a long 18 now. A couple pump fakes from Forney. He's scrambled around, does get rid of it. Goes nowhere. Another flag is out there. 2 flags from the same angle. Let's see who gets caught with what here. Man, a lot of laundry here.
This one
whole game.
This one might be an ineligible player downfield because I think they're trying to set up a screen and it didn't happen. It looks like they're communicating to each other, trying to figure out what they're going to call. They're talking to the mics on their shirts. Yep, ineligible receiver downfield.
Penalty declined on that incomplete pass, so they'll just take the 3rd and 18 coming up here. Well, 2nd and 18. Breaking the huddle. Forney's got 2 receivers up top. Maybe left early, and someone left early once again. So getting a little tired. 10:33 left in the game. And a lot of plays in a row with penalties.
Yeah, they're negating a really good play that they had with the hook and ladder. The hook and ladder.
Man, they are. They really are.
So
that was a 25 or 27-yard play, and they are at 2nd and 25 on this play. 3rd and 25.
Yeah, so they've kind of hurt themselves here with penalties. They're going to have to focus back in here and make another good play.
Yeah, it is 2nd. The yard marker on that far side was incorrect, so it is 2nd and 8 or 2nd and 25 now.
Yeah, we knew that. They were just testing us over there.
I'd see that's the thing is I don't trust myself, so I just if anybody says it's different, I'm like, they're right, they know.
That's Doug Astrop over there. You couldn't reach all the way up there and switch it back to a 2.
Forney back in that shotgun. He's got receivers on his top side. Going to the running back who leaks out. Cannot connect with Campbell. 3rd and long coming up now.
Yeah, I'm not sure he was going to go far if he did catch that. He's just not getting the time to survey the field and get to his 2nd and 3rd options. It's a one read and done. The offensive line needs to do a better job here against the defense of Boyer Valley because right now they're winning the battle of putting pressure on the quarterback and not giving him the time he needs to survey the field.
Last 3rd and a mile was a hook and ladder to this right side. Hook and ladder to the left side would be my coaching call, huh?
There you go.
3 receivers are out there for Sawyer Forney. They're actually just going to let him run on a keeper. He gets upended pretty quickly. Maybe a 4 or 5 yard gain just to get some yardage out of it and to get a better punt position as they are going to have to punt with 10:18 left in the game.
Yep, so big series coming up defensively here for Fremont-Mills as they punt this thing away. Or
Right.
Do you fake it?
Hook and ladder.
Too far.
Okay, I'm done for that one now. So at the moment, like Mike kind of is hinting, we're in a punting formation with your quarterback back there. They're going to have a man back in Ingram, as they didn't have one back last time, and the ball rolled to the 2-yard line. Snap is high. Forney is going to kick it. It is going to be end over end with a rolling factor again. Ingram isn't going to touch it, probably smartly at that point. The ball rolls to the 15-yard line, so it's like it's a touchback, maybe just inside the 15, so sort of flipped the field. I mean, although Boyer Valley did just score backed up on their own 2-yard line, so now it's just more about just plain stopping them. It doesn't matter where they start, Mike.
Right, and when do timeouts start? Well, you get, as the coaching staff here for Fremont-Mills, you got to start thinking of, if we get a chance to get a tackle for a loss, do you want to stop the clock this early with 9 minutes and 53 seconds to go? Or do you wait till your next series to use those timeouts? Or do you save them for offense? There are a lot of decisions to be made.
Koski is back there. Brody Koski going to hand it off to Levi Reineke. He is forced to cut back up in. That's where more defenders were. So good outside containment contains them to about a 3 or 4 yard first down play.
Yeah, and Lincoln Hoker did a really good job of filling. He and Mason Reed did a great job of team tackling there, because it looked like there might be a little room on that edge, but all of a sudden the speed of Lincoln Hoker and Reed just shut that thing down in a hurry.
Brings up 2nd and 7. They have that 4-point lead. That clock is turning at 9:22 left. Koski's going to have Reineke back there once again beside him. One receiver is out wide on that far side. All eyes should be on Burkhart as they're going to do a pass play, but they're going to run it. We thought that as well. Koski gets met at the line, still battling. He is a good hard runner, stretches it to about the 20-yard line. 3rd down coming up. They did gain a good chunk there. 3rd and 5, manageable coming up.
Yeah, it now kind of leaves things open. You can maybe run that thing right back up off of your center, or you can maybe throw that little simple flat pass or the no route.
Man.
Maybe it's time for that no route pass.
I mean, with Tristan Burkhart being that big target, you got to like the chances of going to him. They have an effective weapon guy in Jericho Ingram as well. Everybody gets out there. Personnel's out there that should be. Reineke goes in motion. Quick pass is pulled back. Koski scrambling towards his right-hand side. He gets brought down there. Nice play from the Knights defense. And they hold on 3rd down. Yeah. Big stop there. At the moment, a big stop.
Can't get a number. Is that Sanchez?
I believe it was. He's got to be out close on that side.
Okay. He did a really good job coming off the receiver and then making a solid tackle there on the quarterback for Boyer Valley. So 8 minutes to go.
That'll be a tackle for loss even. They got him to go backwards. 2 receivers are back here. It is only 4th and 7. Ingram's going to motion in. Punter takes a step back farther now. They are going to get a punt off. Flag is down. Let's see if it's an illegal formation of sorts. Ball bounces, is picked up, brought down immediately just on the side of Boyer Valley. That flag was dropped immediately right at the line of scrimmage from that far side judge. To me, that means, would they blow a play dead if someone lined up offsides for Fremont-Mills? I feel like high school they almost do.
Yeah, they should have.
So, it kind of seems like it's going to be someone incorrectly lined up for Boyer Valley.
That, I would say, is probably when that guy slid in from out to in, whether he uncovered somebody or didn't. Or are they just waving this off? What do we got? Because so far we have had
illegal procedure, it looks like.
Illegal procedure.
Talking to Ernster on what he wants to do. At the moment, they're at the 38-yard line.
I think you take it. Decline it and take the ball where it's at.
I mean, it was a no-return punt. He is declining it, and they're going to take the ball where it's at. So 38-yard line is where we're going to be.
So here you go, Fremont-Mills down by 4, 7 minutes and 43 seconds to go. No panic situation here, but you do have to have positive plays.
No panic situation at all, but yeah, don't want to go back. Man, Mike's making good points on that one. They're going to go long on play number 1. Lincoln Hooker had a man, and oh my gosh, that's not going to happen often. I think he was looking forward. That goes right between the 1 and the 1 on JW Lincoln Hooker. And that was almost unbelievable to even say I witnessed.
Oh, man.
What a drop in the bucket from Sawyer Forney.
He was already planning his celebration.
I think he literally was.
That thing was put on a dime. Well done by Sawyer Forney. Dropped that thing right in between the 1 and 1, or JW's jersey. JW just lost concentration for a hot second there, and the ball slipped through. But what a gutsy call on first down.
It'll be 2nd down now coming up. Another pass play coming back from Forney. They're going to do a quick pass. It doesn't go anywhere, an incompletion. A ball or a flag is thrown.
back there by the quarterback, so it's probably a holding situation.
Intended for Madison on that receiver. Holding on Fremont-Mills, going to be marching back. What was 2nd and 10 going to be probably 3rd or 2nd and 20 coming up here now.
Are we setting a record for holding calls?
Man, that's
tonight?
a lot. It's a lot.
This officiating crew must have read up on holding as their pregame because seems like that's the only thing that we've had called to this whole ball game. So that really kind of puts a damper on things here. You're 2nd and 20, 7 minutes and 32 seconds to go. You're down by 4. You got to come up with a play, and this is the time that you're going to have to do it.
And it flips it to the other side of the field of midfield. 2nd and 18. Pass play here. Forney got time. Rolling to his right. Flicking one just out of bounds, it appears, and it does. Go out of bounds. Incomplete pass. 3rd and long coming up.
Yeah, good protection by the offensive line that time. The backs stayed in, so they only had a 2-man route out there, and both were covered up and not the opportunity that Forney was looking for, so he chose wisely, threw that one away. It is 3rd down and 20, so you got to come up with at least half of that on this play here to make it interesting to go for it on 4th down.
Personnel I see out there for the Knights, Rycroft, Campbell, Mason Reed, and Lincoln Hooker are the ones that are in tight, both being on a tight end position. Rycroft is off the line, so they're both eligible. He's the one coming in motion. Kind of an option play here. Forney's going to keep it himself, maybe gets 4 or 5 back, so they took half of what Mike said on the half they needed, and they're just going to get it to about a 4th and 15 here. 7 minutes left and 10 seconds. Is he thinking about just pinning them back completely here, Mike?
I think you got to punt. I mean, you got your timeout, 7 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Your defense played well on that last series. I think you got to punt this one away. Rely on your defense to do their job and get the ball back probably somewhere around the 3.5, 4 minute mark, and then put one in to win this thing at home.
High punt here this time from Forney. Ingram has time to field it. Hasn't had time otherwise. Gets about a 7-yard return. Going to be the 23-yard line where they start things. And now the defense needs to step up for the Knights.
And as Boyer Valley, is this the time you take a shot?
I was wondering if you everyone's thinking, yes, run, and when do they pop one?
Right. Is this your time, knowing that the linebackers are going to be coming fast, knowing that they've got to get a tackle for a loss? Is this the time where you draw them in and try and get one of those scores where everybody is sucked up close to the line of scrimmage?
I like a fancy run on 1st down. I don't care what it gets because 2nd down is when I'm going to pop it. I kind of want it to be a busy 1st down to make them think I'm going to just do we need to get some yards on 2nd down. On 1st down, it's kind of a broken play. Koski just going to have to put his head down and get whatever he can. Whatever he can isn't bad. That line had a good push for him. Probably gets 4 at least.
Good lead block there by number 55, Boyer Valley. Did a nice job of moving the linebackers out of there. But again, didn't look like that was a play that was called.
So we are at 6:15 left in the ball game, 4th quarter here. Knights getting personnel in and out. 2nd and 6 for Boyer Valley. Run up the middle from Reineke coming, and they stuff it. So there's that show of that's what they're going to try right now. Maybe a half a yard loss on that run by Reineke.
And the defense was definitely squeezed down their gaps between. They were definitely playing the run that time. Nobody was thinking pass. So we'll see what happens here with 3rd down, 6 to go.
I think you are throwing it here because if you just run it and get stuffed, I mean, you know Fremont-Mills has a potent offense, and that's going to be a lot of time for them to do anything they want with it. Time to move the ball. If you're Coach Christensen, they go for a pass, a diving attempt is made, and man, what a grab. They're going to call it a catch by Tristan Burkhart. Gutsy call, gutsy catch, move the sticks.
Wow. I'd like to see the angle from the other side of the field because his back was to us, and he laid all the way out. It'd be interesting to see if his hands were under that ball or not, but the official had a good angle. He was looking back at him, so we'll have to trust those zebras and say that was going to be a good call there. And that puts more time running off the clock here. We're at 5 minutes and 15 seconds to go.
10-yard pass play. Yeah, I was at the mercy of whoever was going to call that a catch or not. I couldn't tell. Like Mike said, that ball was between us and Burkhart. Or Burkhart was between us and the ball, I should say. Tight formation. Now expect the Bulldogs to keep it on the ground for maybe a play or two. Good snap, goes to Koski. He's not even going to risk handing it to anybody. He bops it outside, goes towards that sideline, though. The clock stops and not much gain, so kind of a win there for Fremont-Mills.
Yeah, it was, and he should have been tackled for a loss there, but he did a good job of keeping things alive. Like you said, he's sidestepping, keeping those defenders off of the forward path that they need to be on in order to tackle him, and he got something out of it, but he needed to stay in bounds right there. I mean, either make Fremont-Mills use a timeout or keep that clock, running. So we're at 4 minutes, 47 seconds. Fremont-Mills is down 18-14 at this time to Boyer Valley Bulldogs.
And 2nd and 10, and Mike said 4:47. It's still 4:47 because Koski got tackled out of bounds there on that gain of nothing. So that clock is stopped, and they're taking a long time on their huddle themselves to see if Coach Christensen's going to have to burn a timeout here. They do break that huddle. Burkhart, the one is out wide. I haven't looked at the stats yet, but he's going to have a good night receiving. Reineke's going to get it up the middle. He makes a big, strong push, maybe gets 4 or 5, third and manageable coming up.
That's that play they had success with in the third quarter. They were able to run that thing right off of the center, and that was it. He's coming from offensive right just to the left cheek of the center, and he did a really good job of putting his head down and just chugging forward. So
3rd and 4 going to be coming up here. They're going to take a timeout. We will as well. We'll be back after this to bring you the big fourth quarter. 4:38 left in this. Boyer Valley up by 4.
To grow your future with a bank that truly cares? Welcome to Malvern Bank, where we're more than just a bank. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your partners in success. At Malvern Bank, we specialize in ag loans that help our local farmers thrive. Whether you're planting seeds for the future or expanding your current operations, we've got the financing solutions to help your farm flourish. So why wait? Visit us today and see how Malvern Bank can make a difference in your life. Together, let's grow our future. Malvern Bank, we build community. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
What you want to do with your life? Feel like your job is at a standstill? Get your foot in the door with area manufacturing companies at Iowa Western Community College's SEAM program. Sign up now in the Center of Excellence for Advanced Manufacturing through IWCC. Classes are just 2 early evenings a week with holidays and summers off. Improve your current skills and learn new ones that will give you a new career or even enhance your current one. For more information on SEAM, contact IWCC's Clarinda Center at 712-542-5117.
All right, they're breaking the huddle here. 4:38 left in the ball game. 3rd and 5 for Boyer Valley. Koski high, snapped it to Reineke. He gets hit in the backfield, lunges towards the line of scrimmage, maybe gain of 1. Timeout taken from Coach Ernster. It's going to be 4th and 3 coming up, but they're on the Fremont-Mills side of the field. Let's keep it here, Mike, because what are we going to talk about strategy-wise? We got 4th and 3 coming up. You're a power running team, and your 2 running backs have been getting good chunks all night.
Yep, you punt. I think you. I know he won't, but I would punt this thing away. Try and pin them deeper, make them go the whole field. They haven't proven that they can do it consistently.
I was gonna say
big chunk plays. That they made a couple, but they haven't done it consistently. I think you're silly to give them the ball this close to the midpoint, that close to the 40-yard line, and you're going to have a little over 4 minutes to play with, and they can handle that as Fremont-Mills. So we'll see what Coach Christian comes up with. I'm sure he's going to run it, but I think it might be a decision to think about later on. Hey, should we have punted that thing down and keep him pinned deep, make him cover more yardage, but we'll see what happens.
Eyes on Tristan Burkhart as well if you are the Fremont-Mills Knights. He's got 5 catches for 89 yards. Here they come with that play. They've been running the ball a lot, but, hey, not every time they've gained, as Mike said. So big one coming up here on 4th and 3.
Here we go.
He's back pretty deep. Let's see if he's going to be a just kick it. And he is going to punt it. Is Koski. Spiral punt. Nobody back for Fremont-Mills, so it'll bounce and into the end zone. So Fremont-Mills gets exactly what they want. They're getting the ball back. 4:28 left to go. 15-yard line is where they're going to be starting things.
Yep. Good idea punting it. He didn't execute quite as well. He had all that sideline since nobody was back. He could have kicked it out of bounds and leave it at the mercy of the official to determine where it did cross that sideline. But he got it down there. It did bite up a little bit, but I think something worth mentioning at this point is Fremont-Mills has probably missed Jonathan Ekpai a lot more than what they probably thought they were going to, because by putting Lincoln Hoker in the backfield, that kind of takes away that threat on the outside, and that's really where he does his damage.
Yeah, most definitely. He's going to be empty backfield Forney at this moment. They're going for a pass play. Going to go on the out pattern. Nice snag. I think he didn't end up catching with it. Had it as he went to the ground. But the ball trickled out on Carter Rycroft. Nice attempt there on that out pattern to just get a short yardage play. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Hey, he had hands on it. He just wasn't able to maintain the catch all the way through. But he did a good job of getting hands on it there. That was a good timing pass there. Forney and him had worked on that, I'm sure, several practices.
2nd and 10 after the incomplete here. Empty backfield once again. Forney back to pass. Going to go short once again. Can't get it to a receiver, though. 3rd and 10 coming up. Not much, rhythm to these first couple of plays. They kind of look out of sync, especially that second one.
All right. Second one, it didn't look like good patterns at all there. Everybody's getting too deep here. They need to think chunks, just little chunks. Get that first down and then start moving things. You can't go for the home run on every play here. So we'll be at 4 minutes and 18 seconds in the fourth quarter. Fremont-Mills with the ball. They're down 4 points, 14-18. 3rd down coming up.
Little chunks was the effort of that first play. It's just trickled out of the hands of the receiver. 3rd and 10 to go. Forney's got good protection. He's rolling to his right, throws it along the sideline. It is going to be up to the mercy of the referee, and he calls a catch. That's going to be a nice catch by Sam Sanchez.
Yep, Sanchez.
Sanchez goes along the sideline. Big catch on 3rd and 10, keeping it alive.
That was well thrown also. He threw that thing nice
on a
and
run.
low where the receiver was the only one going to be able to go down and get that. That's the kind of play that will keep this drive going here.
17-yard pass play on 3rd and 10. Forney back to pass, gets it out of his hands quickly. Hook pattern. Receiver is still going, and he breaks a tackle and then some. Is that Carter Rycroft on the catch and run? It is Rycroft. Under 4 minutes now. Rycroft on that first down. Hook pattern.
He's ready. He's ready, man. He's coming, spinning his hand. He said, let's go, man. Let's go.
Let's cook. They are on the...
You don't want to score too fast, young man.
That's true as well. 29-yard line.
You don't want to be on defense with the game on the line here.
Forney, empty backfield once again. Rolls to his right. Quick out pattern. Another chunk one. Caught. Sorry on that slow camera play. 11 to Lincoln Hoker once again. 2nd and 5 coming up.
Now you're cooking. Now you got some rhythm going here. You got them guessing. You don't know where you're going with this thing. Might be a good time for a quarterback keeper.
Yeah, get that first down. Possibly can happen here. So it's going to be a tight formation. Trips to this right side on our side. It is going to be a keeper with a student body to the right. Good blockers. And gets out of bounds.
Might be just a hair short. Or just the first.
They're pushing the first down forward, so first down run there from Forney. Good call there from Mike Wood.
All right, now you're 3 minutes, 38 seconds here.
7-yard run there.
Yeah, is it time to run one more?
I think so. You got Paxton Campbell back there. He knows how to carry the ball. Like we've said before, Lincoln Hoker is just an athlete. Sometimes gets the ball out there. Not used to carrying it. They are going to give it to Campbell.
Oh.
He made the right idea by wanting to cut up because sometimes speedsters like to bounce it outside and get caught for nothing, but he was going to try to head upfield. Just that slippery cleat situation. He slid out from under him and just went for a 1-yard loss. Nothing hurt too bad, though.
No, now you got to come back with one of your good solid square outs or right behind the linebackers here.
2nd and 11. Forney back to pass. It is another hook pattern. It is caught, and it is a nice catch there from Nash Moreland. Nash Moreland with the catch. So many weapons. They're inside the 9-yard line on that 9-yard pass.
Yeah, dial it up, man. Who you throwing to next here? I've talked about Mason Reed all night here, but he hasn't got a chance to catch one yet.
I'd say red zone is Reed zone for the Knights for sure.
I like that.
Forney's back to pass. Good protection going along that side.
Touchdown.
He drops it in the bucket. Who is that to? Is that to?
Is
it Sam Sanchez for the touchdown? What a pass there from Forney. Got it up over the defender.
Well done.
They didn't even send Mason Reed out for that. They kept him in blocking. Man, what a tremendous pitch and catch. Touchdown Knights. They have the lead by 2 at the moment.
Oh, look at here. We got more trickery.
Yeah, they kind of did this earlier and scored on it.
The swinging gate we got going on.
They got a quick pass to Rycroft early, pretty much this same style. Forney's going to try to keep it. There is the quick pitch, and they cannot handle it. Sorry on that bad Karen play again. I was not there. Yeah, Lincoln Hooker couldn't quite corral it in.
Oh,
it was a tight pass. It would have been threading a needle, but
put it right on his hand.
20-18 is the score here. We'll take a quick break so we can get some things here lined up. 20-18, Fremont-Mills about ready to kick off here with 2:37 left in the game.
To grow your future with a bank that truly cares? Welcome to Malvern Bank, where we're more than just a bank. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your partners in success. At Malvern Bank, we specialize in ag loans that help our local farmers thrive. Whether you're planting seeds for the future or expanding your current operations, we've got the financing solutions to help your farm flourish. So why wait? Visit us today and see how Malvern Bank can make a difference in your life. Together, let's grow our future. Malvern Bank, we build community. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
All right, welcome back, KMA Extreme watchers. 2:37 left in the ball game.
You wanted a blowout? Not happening here tonight,
no,
boys and girls.
Not many people predicted blowout, I don't think.
At 2018, though, I don't know if you
Not
were
many predicted that either.
Thinking that low a scoring game with the way these offenses have been playing the first 2 games.
Rycroft back to kick. It is high. It is a little short running start there for the Bulldogs on the kick return. That is Ingram on the kick return. He's corralled quickly, spun forward, tackled at about the 24-yard line. That's where Boyer Valley will start things.
2 minutes and 31 seconds left in this ball game. Boyer Valley down 2 points, and they will have the ball to start, and they will be on the 24-yard line.
So it is 20-18, 2-point lead. And they're going to be getting the ball on that 25-yard line. Like Mike said, man, me up. 2:31 and a team that likes to run it left. Interesting scenario we have unfolding here. Although they've had success throwing it, so they're definitely not scared of it, especially with Brody Koski back there, the tremendous athlete that he is. Koski sends Reineke out on motion. They are going to throw a post pattern to Burkhart. They've had a lot of success with him tonight, and he comes with a big catch over his shoulder. Man, what a weapon he is, and they get it to the 32-yard line just like that.
Wow. He just won that battle. He was defended really well, but he just got his big frame in front of the defender and made a nice catch on that ball. He was actually being held a little bit, but fought through that. Defense is going to have to stiffen up right here. That was too big of a chunk play. So that puts them all the way down to the 31-yard line. 2 minutes and 7 seconds, and the clock is running.
240, or that's a 24-yard catch for Burkhart there. He's got over 100 yards receiving. Timeout taken from Coach Christensen and Boyer Valley. They had to move everybody 24 yards forward. Wasn't quite ready for it. Didn't get up there in time, but we're not going to go anywhere. We got 1:57 left. 2-point lead for Coach Christensen. You wonder at all if they even have a field goal attempt, if they get within that 5-yard line or not. But nonetheless, you're down by 2. It's 1:57 left. But your playbook's kind of open.
Yeah, they did have a 1-point PAT try that was not successful. So
that's right, that's right.
So does that play into your mind about how confident you are in your field goal kicker at this point? So, I mean, that if you get closer, I think, yeah, and the time's running out, you got an option there. But I think at this point he's thinking, I've got to get this ball in the end zone. And so what do you come with? Do you keep the big receiver, Burkhart, out there and try and get him to catch in front of the defensive backs? Are you trying to catch him napping here and maybe run that right off of the center again? It's going to be interesting play calls here on both sides. So Coach Victor against Coach Christensen here, the defensive mind against the offensive mind.
Burkhart has worked so far. He's got 6 catches for 113 yards. Koski has Reineke behind him. They're going to ride Reineke up the middle at the moment. He does fall forward 4 or 5 yards gain there on first down. 1:48 and counting here, 2nd and 6 coming up.
What's the timeout situation for Boyer
Valley? I was wondering that as well. Do our booth guys know how many timeouts Boyer Valley has left? I think just 1.
Does Boyer Valley have just 1 timeout, guys?
I'm thinking they've used 2.
Okay. We're not positive here. We're all scratching our heads. We're not positive on that one. So
it's the world I live in. I'm okay with it. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Koski getting his sign, sending Reineke out wide. They like to pass out of this. He does have to tuck it and run. He's going to have Reineke because no one left him. No one kind of bled out with him. He does not get a first down. Good defense for Fremont-Mills to scramble. But once Koski scrambled, assignments kind of got lost there. Pass to Reineke. It's going to be 3rd and short coming up.
Good tackle in order to bring him down short of the stick there. They might bring out the sticks to measure, or they're looking it over. Nobody has moved the down marker yet. So it looks like head official John Long has asked for a spot, and they're going to bring the chains out at this point.
It'll be 3rd and short or first down, depending on this marker. Officials timeout here. We're at 53 seconds left in the game. I didn't realize it was under a minute until that last play, so 53 seconds left. We speculate Boyer Valley's got 1 timeout to go. But really, if you're Fremont-Mills, you're just worried about keeping every single person right in front of you.
Right, and don't let them get to the sideline. Keep them in front, no big play, and end this thing on defense.
Man, they have to bend over to see how close it is. They are getting a magnifying glass out to see this one.
He got out the
I think they're marking it short because he's going to put his fingers on the chains and march it forward. So I believe it's going to be 3rd and short coming up. 53 seconds left in the game.
All right, so you're more worried about the first down here with 2 plays to go.
1:07 left to go in the game. So they officially call it short on the go on the gain. 3rd and short coming up, 1:07 left.
A little home clock was working.
And really,
there.
yeah, I mean, you got 4th down to go for a sneak as well. Do you go crazy and pop one here? But it's going to be 3rd and short. They're going to just sneak
keeper,
it.
He doesn't get it on first attempt.
Man, first attempt, but then there is a second attempt. It's all on that spot on that surge.
Where's the forward progress?
I didn't see much forward progress, really.
He was stymied right in the hole. A little slobber knocker going on in there.
So they blew the clock dead at the moment because they're talking it over. 1:02, but when that whistle blows, it'll start going. It's going to be 4th and short, I believe, coming up here.
Yeah, because they have not indicated a first down yet. Will they bring the
sticks out
again?
If you're not confident,
I think you got to bring the sticks out again, but they haven't placed the ball. He's got his left toe down. Now he places the ball.
And they're going to say that's just for sure a loss, so it's going to be 4th and short coming up here.
And now we're at 1 minute and 2 seconds to go.
And once that whistle happens, we're going to get rolling, and it is right now. So 1:02 and rolling. 4th and short coming up. Here's that ball game. QB sneak didn't go anywhere. It's not going anywhere initially. He reaches, but they went forward a little bit. That reach might have got it for him. And, man, what a tremendous job by Fremont-Mills front line to at least make it difficult.
Did they get it? Because he was on the initial hit, he was stymied right in the hole, but looks like he did twist his body a little bit like that Philadelphia Eagles tush push there. How Hurts always comes up with a way to lean far enough to get a first down. So we're now at 40 seconds and running, and Boyer Valley down 2 points. And he drops back to pass. He hits the flat. Oh!
They go backwards.
Oh, no, it was tipped. That was about a pick six there.
That was pretty tremendous there. Nice play from Fremont-Mills to keep it alive. We are at 31 seconds left.
Woo! What a play there. He had a chance to pick that thing off and end the game. Fell to the turf, so we'll be at 31 seconds to go. Boyer
Second
Valley,
and 10 coming up.
Yep, 2nd and 10. It's more about the clock now than the downs. So they've got to make their little move if they're going to make one right now. So crowd's getting in it. They're standing. They're stomping their feet.
First incompletion other than the interception for Koski tonight.
Oh,
pass.
Good rush.
Koski's going to put it in the air. And it's picked off. Campbell picks it off. And that is going to be the ball game. Fremont-Mills with their 3rd interception of the night. Another one that just kind of got forced out of the Boyer Valley throwers' hands. 2 interceptions for Koski, 1 for Ingram. And, man, Fremont-Mills puts a nail in that one. They're going to come away with a 20-18 district win.
Oh, man, you wanted your money's worth tonight, and you got it. What a ball game we had here in Tabor, Iowa. It's a 20-18 victory for Fremont-Mills. All they have to do is go to the victory formation here, take a couple knees depending on whether they use timeouts or not. And this game is in the books. Fremont-Mills is going to walk away a 20-18 victor tonight.
20-18 win here in district play at home. Big one there. And that's it. That's all. Victory for the Knights. Man, what a good, hard-fought game from both teams. Congratulations to Coach Christian and his squad. They'll go to 2-1 on the year. Tough, hard game. They got the week off next week, actually, which is going to be a bitter 2 weeks for them. Then they'll be facing Glidden-Ralston in week 4. For Fremont-Mills, they go to 2-0. They got a big one next week with Woodbine. So they got a big win going into the big one next week. But, man, 20-18 in this one, Mike. What did we see here in this second half, even this fourth quarter? What a tremendous ending.
I think you saw two really good teams execute, and that's what it came down to. Was there were a lot of sloppy plays, but, I mean, we're really only in the second week of the season, even though they both have 3 wins or 2 wins and 1 loss. But the situation is that both squads are well coached. You could tell that they had a game plan, they trusted each other, and it just came down to a little force on that quarterback. He threw that thing up, and the defense was able to snag that out of the air and put that to the ground, and that's all it took here. But what a ball game out of these two squads.
Yeah, for Boyer Valley, 2018, Fremont-Mills comes away with that win. Some little bit of stats for you. Boyer Valley rushing. Reineke led the way, 20 run rushes, 70 yards, kind of kept him contained in that second half. They did give a touchdown to him. Koski, 18, 44 yards. They kept him way more contained, only about 10 yards rushing for him in that second half. That's pretty amazing to me. He was 11 of 14, throwing 162 yards. Did have 2 touchdowns, both. One to Burkhart, one to Garvis. But, man, 3 picks, and that's what the big one, the big thing at the end.
That was the
ended up being the turnovers.
Yeah, and I really thought it was going to be Sawyer Forney getting picked off in the end zone by Garvis there, and I thought that was going to be the big turning point in the play, but it ended up coming on the other side with the interception for Fremont-Mills.
For the Knights, Sawyer Forney led them 12 for 27, 153 yards, 2 touchdowns, had a lot of receivers out there, had 7 different receivers. Lincoln Hooker had 4 for 74, Rycroft 2 for 31, Sam Sanchez, big touchdown catch at the end, 2 for 26 in that touchdown. Moreland, Campbell, Ekpai, Reed all had 1 catch as well. Man, tremendous distribution there. And then rushing, Forney was 10 of 46. Ekpai was 9 of 35, all in that first half. Not much on the running game from the second half, but it doesn't matter when you come away with a 2-point victory, really, if you're Coach Ernster.
Yeah, so sorry, Forney did a really good job at quarterbacking there. He threw the ball away when he should have thrown the ball away. He had a really great long pass that dropped right into the corner of the end zone. That was big time. That's a senior throw there, and he did a great job. And what I thought was he did a good job of keeping the composure of the team. Even when things weren't going their way, they were down by 4 going into the fourth quarter, you knew that he had that confidence because they've played together on the playground. They know where each other is going to be. He trusts his receivers, and he didn't hone in on just Lincoln Hooker. He was looking them all over and did a really good job of finding that open space.
Big team district win from Fremont-Mills Knights. They go on to win 20-18, 2-0 on the year, heading into that big one with Woodbine next week. Dusty Scahill, Mike Wood here on this call. Thank you guys all for watching here on the KMA Extreme. We'll see you guys next week. That was a good one for the first one.